Secrets always travel farther than they should, and loose translations float around the neighborhood, and rumors don't do anyone a bit of good. They just get started, money you'll never know. The First Amendment vigilante attitude, the gospel truth according to the book, or someone said so. The frontline grapevine jury's in a nasty mood. You might be guilty, honey, you never know. Did you hear about the gossip column? Senate subcommittee probe. The allegations put the neck around your robe. The nominations drooling on the envelope. A likely story, funny you never know. You never know. You never know.
Hello, hello, coded friends. .001. How we all doing today? Can somebody in the chat give me a 5x5? I'm starting to talk like a Hollywood producer now. All right, we are here. I want to start off with something that is not so serious, a little bit of a kind of a comic relief. Chili's little boy writes on, has had some things to say to me, so let's start with that. 5x5. Thank you, Flo. Hey, everybody who's here, thank you for coming along. I appreciate you guys so much. I put up a picture of Opal Slone because she put herself in the public fray. It's on my community post. I think she may be in the running for worst mother of the year. Not just because of what happened to her daughter, but because of her involvement in the rumor mill, the bashing, and you misbehave, you don't take responsibility for your problems, and where do you wind up? In the lap of Chili DeCastro. You may be the worst mother of 2023, Opal Sloan. You may be the worst mother of 2023. And the worst part of that little title and trophy for you, and I will make sure you get a trophy for that, so you can have that as a little memorial for the rest of your life. You have a son, right? So now you're indiscriminately, maliciously, viciously blaming a sheriff's deputy for the death of your daughter, who, we're starting to find out a lot about your parenting skills there, sunshine. So you might want to get away from Chili DeCastro and tone down the rhetoric a little bit before you wind up getting yourself looked at, because Chili's exposed more information to damn you than to help you. And you don't seem to fucking see it. Now, you got a young son, right? Your daughter was involved in a traumatic accident, which I feel really bad for that girl. I feel bad for her. Especially, I feel bad for her because she had a shitty fucking parent like you. Okay? That's why at 13 years old, she's out of fucking control. And now you got a young son. And now, instead of taking responsibility for your lack of parental ability, or just your lack of parenting in general. You're an adult woman who lives home at mommy's house with your child, which means you're really nothing more than a child that had a child. And children can't raise children and shouldn't be stuck with that. So, when you want to go off and get high, or go on a bender and get drunk, or go off with some guy, you dump your daughter on grandma. Or on your sister, who claims that she was caregiver for your daughter, who actually refers to your daughter as her baby. That's fucking crazy shit. The reason why no one's taking responsibility here is because this child didn't have an actual parent. She was shuffled around to the most convenient adult that would look after her while mommy ran off and did what mommy does. God knows what that is. It sure as shit ain't working and earning a paycheck. So, you're going to put your son in a position because of your rhetoric and because of your nonsense. And this is the position Chili DeCastro would love to have your son in, and every other under adulthood child. In a position where he blames the deputy police, authority for killing his sister. And what the fuck is going to go on when he's 13? Because it ain't going to be smoking pot and drinking. It's going to be a crack pipe and a fucking revolver. Because he's got that ember of fucking hate now, which you and Chili DeCastro are fanning the fucking flames of. So, you ought you ought to step back from the bullshit of DeCastro and start thinking about the child you have that is still alive. Because if you let this little bitch, DeCastro, get his hooks in your son and whisper in his ear, what you're going to have is a young teenage inmate. That's what you're going to have. So let me jump off that rant for a little bit, and let's take a little peek at the current workings of Chili DeCastro. One of Chili DeCastro's little minions writes on, who I was really willing to give a chance to and hoping that I would be able to cultivate a dialogue with, but it's not looking really good at this point in time. So, Writes On put up a post the other day about I think it was a female police officer. I don't know if it was real or if he was just, mocking, but, he had some very misogynist things to say about this female. So Writes On, in the last few days, you've exposed the fact that you're every bit the misogynist that Chili DeCastro is. Why do you guys hate women? Why do you guys hate women? I'm going to take a guess here in a minute with the comments you made about me. So Writes On yesterday, 18 hours ago, was bashing Tina Slay because Tina reached out to the mother of Laney Hudson, who, Laney Hudson doesn't even have the same last name as her mother. That should tell you something right there. Broken home, broken parent, broken responsibilities. So, Writes On saw fit to refer to me as a pervert, a kitty fiddler, and the Earl Warden of Asia. Of course, my response to that was, that's pretty rich, while your boy Lil Chilito while you and your boy Lil Chilito and you broadcast video of a 13-year-old in her underwear. I mean, this is a dead girl, and you're sexualizing her. The mother for sending that video to Chili is got a fucking screw loose. Chili, for playing the video, is got a fucking screw loose, and you're starting to make yourself look like, you're what Writes On is trying to apply to me. You're the one showing the videos, Writes On. Why don't you go talk to your boy Chili while he's showing videos of a deceased 13-year-old dancing around in her underwear? Why? All you guys on that, everybody out there, but all you guys especially in the DeCastro camp, before you criticize anyone, you got to stop and say, am I fucking doing this? Is Chili doing this? Are the people I'm in league with, are they doing this? Because that looks like confession by projection. Confession by projection. You, Writes On, are involved with the dude that's showing 13-year-old girls in their skivvies. And you're saying this about me? Ha, 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 ha. I'm laughing at you, dude. I'm laughing at you, dude. And I'm going to tell you this and the other comment you made. I'm going to give you the Christian too. Okay? Well, I was gonna count it as one, but I'm at the point now where I'm just going to count it. You slapped me, I turned the cheek to you, you slapped me again, we're done, bro. I don't have to I only got 2 cheeks, that's all I'm required to give you, and that's all you're going to get. And if you keep this horse shit up, you're going to get a response from me, and I don't think that your parents, who you work for, are going to appreciate the response that you evoked. So you might want to start thinking about your own behavior. So, of course, then after I commented about Writes On and his involvement with Chili and, broadcasting a video of a 13-year-old dancing around in her underwear, I also want to remind Writes On that your boy Chili vehemently did and vehemently still does defend Earl David Warden. So you might want to go clean up your own trash pile before you start trying to sling mud at me, boy. And the next one here from Writes On, who really is just, I mean, I can understand, dude. I can understand why you're disappointed with life and why you're upset. I can understand that, dude. You're working at mommy and daddy's pizza places. They're not yours. You don't own them. You're working for mommy and daddy. You're making pizzas. What are you making? $12 an hour? Come on, dude. I get it. I get it. You're unhappy with life. I completely understand that. Try not to make your unhappiness other people's unhappiness. I commented, replying to a comment by a post by Writes On, that Opal Sloan, the irresponsible parent, should be investigated for child neglect. DCF should be looking into the welfare of Laney's younger brother before he starts using drugs, like his sister, and winds up dead before reaching adulthood, just like poor Laney. Opal Stone is a killer. I stand by that 100%. Her neglect led to the death of her daughter. Writes On responds, "You dumb fuck, you evoke my mother? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Writes On responds, "Your mother must have been a real gem." Dude, if you knew my mother, you wouldn't say shit like that. You wouldn't say shit like that. And you know what? My mother would instantly forgive you. She would say, this is what my mom would say: "There's something wrong with that boy. I'll pray for him." That's what my mom's response to you would be, you piece of shit. So, Writes On says, "Your mother must have been a real gem. I truly feel sorry for you. It's no wonder why you hide in Southeast Asia." I'm not hiding. I'm there 6 months. I'm here 6 months. Fucking retard. Don't you listen? You don't listen. That's why you so fucking stupid. It's no wonder why you hide in Southeast Asia. You like 'em young, don't you? I mean, you keep talking about this shit while you and your boy Chili are showing inappropriate pictures of 13-year-olds. Don't throw that shit at me. Don't throw that shit at me. He says, "You like 'em young, don't you? Oh, but you're a world traveler." Motherfucker, I am a world traveler. You jealous of that? The only traveling you do is from mommy's pizza shop to mommy's other pizza shop. That's all you fucking do. Make some fucking cardboard boxes. Don't stand around doing nothing, Writes On. You got crust sauce, sweetheart. He says, "You like 'em young, don't you? Oh, but you're a world traveler. So sorry. I forgot. A world traveler just like Jeffrey Epstein." Wow, dude, you're so current on current events. Thanks for quoting 3-year-old fucking material, you retard. Meanwhile, your boy Chili is defending the kid toucher that just got incarcerated for 20 fucking years. Why don't you go talk to Chili about his bullshit rather than make up shit about me? You'd have more of an impact on the fucking world if you talked about real things instead of spent your time making shit up. Because that's what you guys do over at Delete LawZ. You make shit up. Everything your boy Chili said that happened that night in the accident, it's turning out, dude, it's all fucking lies. He took opportunity in the moment to create a pitiful fucking narrative full of lies to get money. And guess what, Writes On? You exposed yourself and your involvement with him to witness tampering, witness intimidation, and you ain't getting shit of that fucking money, boy. So go make more fucking pizza boxes. Go sauce a fucking crust, shitbag. I am a world traveler, boy. I'm a world traveler. I'm not making fucking pizza and putting together cardboard boxes 12 hours a fucking day like you are. You know why? You know why? Because my mother that you referenced had an education and made sure I had an education. And let me tell you something, man. I didn't come from wealth. I was middle class. My dad, he drinking and gambling. So my mom supported the fucking kids. So you ought to be able to do better than you're doing, right, son? You ought to be able to do better than you're doing. I did better than my parents' generation because my parents' generation, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, despite the fact that I was constantly in fucking trouble, encouraged me to get on the straight and narrow, and eventually did actually impact me enough to get the fuck on the straight and narrow. And I was retired at 28 years old, and you making fucking cardboard pizza boxes. And you assembling cardboard pizza boxes and making up lies. That's what you do all day. Talk about my mom, you fuck. So my response to Writes On is, wow, that's sad coming from an adult who works in mommy's pizza shop, sauce and crust. That's you, man. You a fucking crust saucer. You a fucking crust saucer. And in your idle time, you tagging around with the most worthless... Bit my tongue on that one. With the most worthless human being I've seen in a decade. I've seen some pretty shitty people in my fucking life, dude. I've seen some pretty fucking shitty people. And Chili DeCastro is the worst I've seen in 10 fucking years. And I mean, I worked on Wall Street, bro. I seen some soulless motherfuckers who didn't give a shit about nothing but money and would churn a fucking old lady out of her retirement savings to get a fucking commission. And you fucking worse than that, Chili. And how good are you, Writes On, when you're just the guy wiping the ass of the guy who has no fucking soul? Don't talk about my mom, dude. Don't talk about my mom, because there's a lot of shit I'll forgive. But if you talk about my mom again, bro, you're going to run the risk at every pizza place your parents fucking own, dude. Because I got the money to do it, and I don't have a fucking problem with doing it. I don't have a problem with doing it, okay? Because when Cuomo was doing the fucking sexual assault thing up in New York a little while back that got him bounced from his seat in the governor, I was kicking up money to my buddy up there who owns a couple gun shops who was getting harassed by the Cuomo administration, and we put up billboards. We put fucking billboards up. There's a big picture of Cuomo, a big picture of the woman that he was fucking sexually abusive toward. And we put them up right on the fucking highway, dude, on the 787 through Albany and on the 87 north. Thousands of fucking people, tens of thousands of fucking people saw that. I'll do it to you, dude. I'll find the closest fucking billboard to every one of your parents' pizza places, and I will put up on display the shitty fucking things you say and do. Because I know, I'm a finance guy, bro. I know fucking numbers. I know how to kill a fucking business. And I only have to impact 10% of your fucking sales, and you're jobless. So you might want to think twice before you put these little YouTube posts up, or you might see a giant fucking billboard with your own fucking words on it defending Chili DeCastro as he defends Earl David Warden. Be careful, little boy. You playing with a fucking guy that you shouldn't be fucking playing with. Ain't no fighting. Ain't no physical shit. Big deal. I come beat the fucking shit out of you. Big fucking deal. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. I come, you beat the shit out of me. Nothing's gonna fucking change. I don't give a shit about losing a fist fight. I'll put a fucking billboard up. Right over the top of every one of your parents' fucking pizza places. How you going to fight that? You're going to just have to sit there and fucking look at it. How you going to fight that, bro? Wake up, dude. You playing with shit you shouldn't be playing with. You're going to start a fire that you can't fucking put out. I will gladly put up a billboard over every one of your fucking parents' pizza places explaining what a fucking shitbag you are. Keep it up. Talk about my mom. Talk about my mom, dude. I know you little sorry about that. I just sniffled right into the microphone. I think I'm getting a little bit of a head cold. I got to stay hydrated here, and my sinuses are definitely dripping down the back of my throat. Maybe that was God telling me to give poor Rights On a little break here. So you got your 2 cheeks, boy. I won't do anything this time. You keep that shit up, you're gonna find out. Oh, and you know something, dude? Piss me off enough. Piss me off enough. Because I've done it before. And I have guys who work for me, dude, that are licensed bounty hunters. All right? I will crowdsource the capture and caging of Chili DeCastro. And I will live stream his fucking drive from Vegas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, wherever the fuck that little shitbag is. I'll put a reward out. His own family will fucking turn him in. I'll put a reward out. I'll crowdsource it. I'll crowdsource the fucking expenses. Chili's so big on crowdsourcing. I'll fucking crowdsource it. I'll go with a licensed bounty hunter. I'll go with a fucking retired ATF agent. You know? Because these are the people I know, bro. So you keep your bullshit up. You keep your bullshit up. And I'll go get DeCastro and bring him back to fucking Ironton. No fucking problem. And we ain't gonna fly back. We're not gonna fly back. I'll go and get an old Crown Vic with the plexiglass in between and the plastic seat in the back, and I will drive 30 miles an hour down fucking dirt roads and make it take days to get there. And I will not stop to let him relieve himself. He will shit and piss himself in the back of that fucking car. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'll gladly return your bullshit in kind with the rate of return that you've earned. No fucking problem. Look it, there are the people in the chat. Count me in, all that. I'm down. Half these people would probably fucking go with me. Chili, what the fuck would you do if we showed up at your fucking house, at your sister's house, with 50 fucking YouTubers and a fucking bounty hunter? What are you gonna do? What are you going to do if there's a perimeter of fucking hand-holding hands bodies circling your fucking house? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'd love to know what you're going to fucking do. Keep your shit up and I will crowdsource your abduction. Everybody's in. The whole fucking chat room's laughing at you dumb fucks, and they're in. And I knew the minute I fucking said it, everybody would be in. I'll put you on a fucking unicycle and drag you the fuck back and tell you to keep your balance, bitch. There you go. There you go. There it is. Tom Robertson says he would do a Barney Fife and shoot his own foot. Damn straight he would shoot his own foot with the fucking 44 Magnum. And that would be nice to fucking see. Nice to see. Or it says, Henderson ain't 3 hours from me. You know where he is? Send me a fucking address. Anybody knows where this clown show DeCastro is? The email is on the About page for codedfriend.001. Send me an email, because I am legitimately considering going and getting that fuckhead now. I didn't want to take everybody's toy away. I don't want to break everybody's toy. I don't want to take everybody's toy away. Believe me, I'd like to spend more time kicking fucking DeCastro in the ass. But, you know, he's gotten to the point where something needs to be fucking done here. And if it's too expensive for law enforcement to do it, then I will take no more. I will take $5 donations only one time from individuals, no more than $5, until we have enough fucking money to come get you. And I don't think it'll take more than a fucking week to get it, Chili. I'm coming for you, Chili. I'm gonna come for you. Keep your bullshit up, boy. All right, so here we go. We got Mr. D. Castro doing a fundraiser for, or doing a promotion for Laney Hudson's GoFundMe, which is not, it's not Laney Hudson's GoFundMe. It's put up by the sister for the mother. What do you need fucking $10,000 for? What do you need it for? You going to Disney? The fuck do you need 10 grand for? You gonna buy your daughter's soul back? You can't do that. You gonna bring her back to life? You can't do that. The fuck do you need 10,000 for? Nobody's ever said what you need the money for. Everybody just saying give, give, give. Nobody's saying why you need the money or what you need the money for. You're gonna wind up smoking it in a fucking crack pipe is what you're gonna wind up doing. After DeCastro shakes you down for money, because this dope DeCastro is releasing all of the negative information on your daughter. DeCastro is releasing the actual information that makes his own narrative look false. You dumb beyond fucking dumb. Dumb. Let's listen to Dummy do some dumb shit. Was that loud enough? No sound? Hold on. Let me fix that. Sorry about that. Make sure I got the right tab in here. Stop that. Share that. Share screen. Chrome tabs.
This is
all right, how we doing? We got sound now?
Laney was actually the glue that held all of us together. You know, Laney didn't let none of us argue if we were mad at each other. Laney turned and fixed it. She was just a bundle of joy. She had a bunch of spunk, was always singing and dancing.
Can we hear? Got a 5x5?
No one could ever really be in a bad mood around Laney.
Thank you.
She had this light about her.
Let me slide that.
And she carried it everywhere she went.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, when we look at pictures of her, she has the most exuberant. Can you guys hear Jessie okay right now?
All right, here we go. Sorry
about
about
hear
that.
her okay? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear her. Go ahead, Jessie. So I got a phone right now. Laney's aunt. This is Jessie Marie. And Jessie Marie was telling me last night some things about Laney. Can you tell me a little bit about her personality and about what kind of person she was inside of your family unit?
Laney was actually the glue that held all of us together. You know, Laney didn't let none of us argue if we were mad at each other. Laney turned and fixed it. She was just a bundle of joy. She had a bunch of spunk, was always singing and dancing.
All right, so Laney, the 13-year-old. Laney was a bright light, blah, blah, blah. Everybody says this about people after they die. Seldom is it accurate. I mean, it's not untrue, but it's not wholly accurate. Why is a 13-year-old the glue that holds a family together? Doesn't that strike anyone as odd? The 13-year-old is the one that is intervening in arguments and negotiating peace. It sounds like the 13-year-old is her own parent. It sounds like the 13-year-old is interacting with adult children at an adult level. This is not, a 13-year-old should not be intervening in arguments between adults or arguments between adults and children. That's completely inappropriate. So the aunt here is confessing right here, right off the rip, is confessing, explaining, and telling everyone that there is a lack of parental authority in the household. Not only that, but the adults aren't acting like adults, they're acting like children. That's why a child has to intervene, because the adults are on the child level, not the adult level. Problem number one. Big fucking problem.
No one could ever really be in a bad mood around Laney. She had this light about her, and she carried it everywhere she went.
Yeah. So, when we look at pictures of her, she has the most exuberant personality and the best smile ever. And you're her aunt, and you told me last night that you spent quite a bit of time with her. You guys were pretty close.
Yes, Laney was like my own. Laney actually lived with me at one point.
Laney actually lived with the aunt at one point. This is not a good sign. It means mommy can't take care of her own daughter, or mommy can't be bothered to take care of her own daughter, or maybe mommy's abusive toward her own daughter, so the daughter had to be gotten out of mommy's household, which, by the way, is grandma's house.
I didn't look at Laney like a niece. Laney was like my daughter.
And so when all this went down this last week...
Look, man, growing up, my best friend's dad was a pretty bad alcoholic, and his parents wound up getting divorced eventually. So my buddy was at my house a lot. Everybody hung out at my house. It's just the way it was. Mostly because my mom, even if we were struggling to make it for the week, my mom would feed everybody that came through the door. That's the way my mother was. So, when my friends were at my house, or when my friends were staying over my house, and I'm talking, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, preteen stuff, it usually was because there was some turmoil in their house. And I know it well because my best friend's dad was an alcoholic, and when he had too much to drink, his mom would get him, they would pack a bag, they would get his little brother, and the two of them would walk down the street and they would come to the house. My mother never asked a question. Come on inside. My mom would make a little treat, would put a movie on, we'd all fall asleep together in the family room. It was fucking great for me, because I had my buddies around all the time. I didn't figure out till later in life that, my buddies were always around because, there was a problem with alcohol in a couple of households in my neighborhood, and that was pretty typical of the 70s and early 80s. Now, today, there's a whole chemistry kit of shit to get yourself fucked up on. So parenting, supervision, and keeping kids away from narcotics and mind-altering substances, if you're going to have kids, this is a fucking reality. You can't just let a 13-year-old out the fucking door, kick her over to your fucking sister's house. Your sister is now actually claiming that her niece was more like a daughter to her. I got aunts and uncles, I got cousins, no adult in my family surrounding would make the claim that their niece or nephew was like their own child. None of them. I could see if a parent died and the child, went to a aunt or an uncle's house because they were brother or sister of the parent. And, I could see in a situation like that where, my aunt or uncle would refer to a niece or nephew as like their own child. But you just don't do that. You don't do that because you're usurping the real parent's authority over their own child. I answered to my mom and my dad when I was a kid. I didn't answer to my aunts and my uncles. My aunts and my uncles cautioned me, telling me that I would be answering to my dad if I didn't settle my shit down. But none of them claimed to be my fucking parent. And never did I go to stay at an aunt and uncle's house for an elongated period of time. That's just a fucking woo-woo. We're trying to explain how tight we were together without giving away the fact that my sister's a shitbag who wouldn't take care of her own fucking kid. Or maybe some guy with a crack pipe came along who took priority to your own fucking child. See how easy it is? See how easy it is to make up those innuendos? You see how easy it is? Like you've been doing to the fucking deputy the whole time to cover up your culpability in your child's death? You shit. And here's your sister. Here's your sister telling the whole fucking world that you couldn't take care of your own kid. Good job, DeCastro. Way to turn the faucet on, get the fucking tear jerking going, while inadvertently spilling the fucking beans on how nobody's parenting anything here, and this 13-year-old, more often than not, is acting like the fucking adult in the room. Douches. You're so fucking dumb, DeCastro. You're so fucking dumb. Dude, if you were the nicest person in the world and this dumb, people should still fucking run from you. Because the kind of dumb you are just fucking hurts people. Any chance these people had at making a wrongful death claim, you fucking ruined in 2 broadcasts. You dipshit. I hope you love your fucking super chats and your fucking clicks and views there, dipshit DeCastro. You fucking dumbass.
What was the first thing that you heard on that night when Laney was hit by the car driven by Jeff Racer?
It was my sister that had called me, and she was hysterical. And at first I couldn't make out what he was saying, so my instant reaction was just to get to her. I mean, because she was screaming, and I live over in Proctorville, and I got halfway to the bridge, and she finally got out that Laney had been hit by a car and was dead. So when I get across the bridge, I see lights everywhere, so I knew it was Laney. I mean, I remember pulling my car over and jumping out and running up through there screaming for her, and I was met by 4 state troopers that would not let me nowhere near her.
So the troopers aren't going to let the aunt near Laney. And the mother contacted the sister. The sister goes to where Laney is. The sister will later, or in the broadcast previous to this, admitted that she's the ride for mom. The sister, the aunt is, mom can't get around with the aunt without the aunt. So mom don't have a driver's license because daddy had to come and pick her up hours later. So the police won't let her near the body. Hey, fucko, it's an investigation, you dumb shit. So you're now all upset because they're doing their job. You're all through this, you're accusing them of not doing their job. They're doing their job. There's a death here. It's got to be investigated. You can't be trampling all over the fucking scene so that they can figure out what the fuck happened. And you want it to happen in 10 seconds, you boob.
I was asking for them.
You could see where she was. You could see you pulled up, and was there tape put up? Was there caution tape put up around?
No, the law was just everywhere. See, my sister hadn't told me exactly when he was hit. So I just knew that Laney had been hit somewhere. So I was just trying to get to Opal to get to Laney. Because Opal, I'm how Opal gets around. And when I hit at the end of the 31st Street Bridge, I seen the cop car, so I automatically knew. Chili, never in a million years did I expect for them to tell me that Laney was gone. I expected for them to tell me Laney was hurt, but never did I think they were getting ready to tell me that my baby was dead. So when I got there, a lot of it's blurry. I remember being met by 4 state troopers. And me asking them to take me to her, and they're like, "Man, we can't do that. You need to calm down." And I'm like,
a lot of it's blurry, hence not credible witness. You don't make statements like a lot of it was blurry if you want people to give credibility to your statement. If a lot of it's blurry, then what fucking good is your account of it? It's just fucking dumb. It's an entire group of dumb people led by the dumbest guy I've seen in a decade. There's your boy writes on. You guys are fucking masterminds. You know what y'all should do, writes on? Y'all should get together and plan a fucking bank robbery. And get caught and get it fucking done with, because you dumb fucks would lock yourself in the fucking vault with the money and be begging to fucking get out of there.
Well, can you at least tell me she's okay? And one of the state troopers was like, ma'am, we can't do that. So I tried to go around them, and that's when I seen Laney laying half on the sidewalk, half on the road, and everything went black after that.
Yeah, I've experienced that myself when I dealt with someone dying in my family, and a friend of mine who passed away. I was just talking about it. You just lose your bearing. And so, how long are you there on the side of the road? How long?
For a good 3 hours.
So, are you just standing around behind a yellow rope, or are you standing around behind police tape, or?
They didn't have no tape up. There was no caution tape, no tape at all. There was a HPD officer that actually stood.
There's no tape up. That's why they're there telling you not to go any further. They're holding people back. But no, you gotta insist on doing shit your way, and then you contaminate the scene, and then nobody can figure shit out. And then you ruin any fucking chance you have of proving your fucking invented bullshit fairy tale fantasy as a reality. Just let them do their fucking job, for fuck's sake. You know nothing about investigation or police work. You know nothing about routine day-to-day police work. And you sure as shit don't know fuck all about investigation or calculate the impact of a car on a body and the distance the body would travel to get the fucking rate of speed. You don't know shit about any of that. And you want to trample all over the fucking scene. Duh.
Stood in front of me and wouldn't let me go around him. Because I tried after it hit me that Laney was gone, all I could think about was getting to my sister. They wouldn't let me leave. They made me stay there.
That's bullshit. You weren't there for the accident. You showed up and you're being a fucking pain in the ass. They would have let you leave. They were probably telling you to fucking leave. You were probably refusing to fucking leave. That's a fucking straight up lie right there.
They made you stay where?
On the scene.
Made you stay right there in one position, tried to isolate you a little bit.
Yep. And then the people that were standing, the bystanders, had come over to me because I kept asking, because it's New Year's Eve, I'm not stupid. And so I'm like, where's the guy that hit her? And one of the officers responded, he's in the back of the cop car. And I'm like, well, which cop car? And they're like, man, we can't tell you that. And I'm like, let me guess, the son of a bitch was drunk. And they're like,
right, oh, you got to jump right to the blame the other guy, start inventing the story right away. Let me guess he was drunk. And they told you no. They didn't confirm or deny, which is what they're supposed to do. But you're all mad because they won't give you evidence to corroborate the fairy tale you're starting to manufacture.
Man, we can't tell you that. It's under investigation. Well, one of the women that had witnessed it pulled me to the side and she said, listen, I'm not.
An unnamed source told me a story. License to fucking lie. License to lie. If a woman told you a story, why aren't you making sure that that woman told the story to the fucking police and it got reported? Because there is no fucking woman. Unnamed source told me a story. License to fucking lie.
Supposed to tell you this, and I could probably get in a lot of trouble, but you need to know that it was an off-duty cop and he is no longer on scene.
What's your response to him when he says that to you, that he's an off-duty cop who killed your niece and now he's no longer on the scene?
Oh, well, I flipped out. I cussed all the cops. You know what I mean?
So now she flips out and starts cussing the cops out because someone told her a fucking uncorroborated story. Now the police don't want to have shit to do with you because you're acting like a fucking loon. And now you're going to complain that they're not cooperating with you while you're prone to twice now flipping out and cussing them out. You dumb shit.
What kind of response can you have to something like that? That they're protecting one of their own. If it was one of us, we'd have still been there in the cop car.
Oh yeah.
What response can you have to something like that? Well, someone told me a story. I don't know if the story's true or not. So here's response number one. Don't act like the unverified story, if it even was told to you, is the fucking truth. Don't do it. Because then you don't make yourself look like a fool when you start cursing out people that don't deserve to be cursed out. And then you won't have to wonder why no one wants to fucking cooperate with you. Huh? Stupid.
You mean, and all they can tell me is it's for his safety. It's under investigation. We don't know that he was drunk. Well, how now they're saying they gave him a breathalyzer on scene.
It's for his safety. Right there, that's a chilly line. That got fed to her. She's reading a fucking script. The mother reads a script too, and she fucks it up.
Was there.
There was no.
That couple's gone.
So she never saw the police officer. Someone, unnamed source, licensed to lie, informed her that the cop was already gone. So if you never saw the deputy, how can you say if he was or wasn't breathalyzed there at the scene? You can't. It's just part of the script Chili gave you to read. Duh.
He was gone.
I was there 10 minutes after Laney had been hit.
Cop's gone. So then when you're standing around there, how many people? This is New Year's Eve, so across America,
What is it?
Across the United States, when there's any kind of accident or any kind of, I mean, they set up checkpoints, DUI checkpoints all over the country.
Absolutely.
And so typically when someone gets in a car accident on New Year's Eve, the police have just assumed that you're drunk or you're on drugs. For my entire life, all my 48 years that I've been on Earth, every single New Year's Eve, if you get
Your phone's breaking up really bad.
if you get pulled over by the cops, then what they do is they arrest you. Are you there?
This is your fucking tech guru. This is your tech guru right here. Gonna bring you a transparency app.
So what they typically do is they arrest the person who has gotten into a car accident or hurt somebody or killed somebody. And in this particular case, they not only didn't arrest him, they swooshed him off the scene. What are the...
Well, you don't arrest somebody until you have proper evidence to arrest them. Yeah, if he's not testing positive to a breathalyzer, you don't arrest him for driving under the influence or manslaughter, whatever it is you want to manufacture that they should have done. If they don't have evidence for it and they arrest the guy, then they're fucked on that side of the equation. They're already fucked on one side of the equation because they're dealing with lunatic aunt and a bunch of fucking knuckleheads. So why don't you get the fuck off the guys and let them do their fucking job, for Christ's sake, without making up all this fucking bullshit so you can fucking file a wrongful death lawsuit, which is what Chili's pushing for.
People on the scene saying? What are the other folks saying?
I had only talked to one older lady and some young girl, and they were really upset, said that nobody had checked on Laney. That the cop had got out and said he was only trying to make it to fill his gas tank up. Said one of the bystanders had told me that he repeatedly said the little bitch ran out in front of me.
No, again, fucking just hearsay shit, made up. She only talked to one. You listen to her, she only talked to one old lady. Well, I only talked to one old lady and a young girl. Now there's a third party she fucking talked to, and she didn't mention the fourth party, which was the first one that told her that the deputy had left the scene. She only talked to one old lady and then identified 4 different fucking people. Liar, liar, liar.
The cop was saying that little B word ran out in front of me?
Yeah, that's what one of the younger women had said that walked up to me. And of course, at this point, Chili, I'm so mad that I wanted to hurt him. You know what I mean? I wanted to hurt him.
Mess Hall Troll Mafia. Harsh. Yeah, she lost a kid. And she's running a grift with Chili DeCastro at the expense of the reputation of the victim, who nobody's considering the deputy. Nobody. This is my point. People are just making. I'm not mad at you. I'm just fucking. This is the way I am. I'm getting a little excited. She's part of the bashing of the fucking deputy. You think it's harsh what I'm saying about her? Listen to all the shit they've said about the deputy. This guy accidentally killed a child. He's not at fault. I guarantee he's not at fault when the investigation's over. Not because there's a big fix going on, because a 13-year-old girl was without parental supervision, smoking dope, drinking alcohol, and playing fucking chicken in the road, according to witnesses. According to people, there are reports that this girl and her friends were playing chicken with cars. So balance, please. Balance the idea that this is harsh on the mother while she does everything to crucify the guy who's been through probably the most traumatic experience he'll be through in his life, and he'll have to carry this with him the rest of his life. And I don't hear a single fucking voice standing up for this guy who may be completely innocent and the victim of circumstances set into play by this fucking mother who couldn't be bothered to watch her own child. I don't mean to be harsh with you, Troll Mafia, but that is the reality of the situation. No one gives a shit about the burden they're piling on the shoulders of the deputy whose vehicle struck this girl, who it turns out was not intoxicated, had no drugs in his system, was not running his blue lights to blow through traffic lights, as Chili DeCastro and his little fucking minions started reporting from minute one. Now the parent and the aunt are taking up DeCastro's bullshit narrative at the expense of the individual who suffered the second worst part of this accident. I mean, hands down, the death of the little girl is the worst thing. But the reality is she's dead. She's not feeling any pain, and she's not carrying anything forward. This deputy has to live with this shit his whole fucking life. This is the kind of shit that leads you to commit suicide. This is the kind of shit you carry with you every day, wondering why the fuck you didn't die instead of the little child. So piling all this bullshit on his shoulders is fucking low-rent nonsense, and they should be called out immediately for every fucking word of it until it stops. And it's not just DeCastro's fault. The parents, the mother and the aunt, are equally willing to vilify the victim. Classic abuse, right, Kate? Vilify the victim. Blame the victim. How is it this guy's fault that a 13-year-old girl was drunk and stoned and running back and forth in the road playing chicken with people? The boy that was with her just before she got struck said they ran out into the road while the light was yellow. So they knew what they were doing wasn't fucking kosher. So why is the parent, the aunt, and fucknut DeCastro dumping all the fucking blame on this poor fucking guy? He's a military veteran. He served our country. He was injured in the line of duty. And these dumb fucks are saying he was mentally deficient and had severe PTSD. Why? Because Chili DeCastro said so? Because Delete LawZ clips did some fucking digging? Get serious, man. Shit.
It was unreal. It's still unreal. I don't think that I fully have accepted the fact that Laney's never coming home.
You know, yesterday we talked for about 30 minutes back and forth, and you actually sent me over a video of Laney, and I was I was hoping that maybe you'd give me permission to share this video with the people who are watching here, because this is
Hey, do me a favor. Somebody in the chat room, check this Troll Mafia account and make sure it's a legit account, because I'm going to start responding to this bullshit. It's frowned upon to chain them in bed and not legal or safe to screw the windows shut. Hey, you know what? You need to know where your kid is. See, what you need to do, in case there are people out there worried, confused about how to properly parent a child, what you need to do is you need to know where your children are. That's number one. You need to know where they are. On a holiday weekend, like New Year's Eve weekend, with the high prevalency of drinking and driving and all that shit, you keep your fucking kids home. Or if your kids want to go out, you go with them. You don't just let them go. You don't let them go stay over a friend's house. You don't do it. And if you do it, it's this fucking simple in 2022. It's this fucking simple. The phone reports back where the child is. This woman said she had just finished talking to Laney before she took her shower and was informed when she got out of the shower that her daughter had been struck by a car. Okay? So how long are you in the shower for? Let's be generous. 30 minutes? 30 minutes. The hot water don't even fucking last that long. So 30 minutes prior, she had talked to her daughter. Daughter's got a cell phone. That's how she's talking to her. The cell phone got a tracker in it, and you can make the cell phone report to your phone where the phone is. That's how you know where your fucking child is. That's how easy it is to know that your child's running back and forth in the fucking street and not a county over where she fucking said she was going to be. That's your responsibility as a parent, and you don't need to chain them to anything or screw windows shut. All you need to do is put a tracker on the phone. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. It's so easy to fucking parent responsibly in the age of technology when you can actually put a tracking device on your child, where your child will actually walk around holding a tracking device in their fucking hand because the phone is so goddamn important. It makes it easy. Holy fuck, man. Look, I was a child. I didn't do this shit when I was a child. You know why? Because my ass had to be home before the fucking sun went down. And if it didn't get home before the sun went down, there was going to be a long time before I was outside while the fucking sun was up. Right? And then if you progressively violated the be home before dark thing, then there was some severe punishment that came with it, along with drop your pants and a fucking belt. And that one will make you remember to get the fuck home, whether you're allowed to do it or not. If you're chronically disobeying, doing drugs at 13 years old. I'm 55, so, maybe I don't know what the fuck is going on with you guys, with you 30-year-old, 20-year-old parents. But who the fuck? I wasn't doing drugs at 13. Nobody I knew was doing drugs at 13. There were a couple kids that were sneaking some fucking liquor from their parents' liquor cabinet, but nobody was doing fucking drugs. You know why no one was doing drugs? Because there was a fucking parent around. So that older kids and adults with ulterior motives weren't dosing their children to take advantage of them. Kind of like the way Chili and Mom and the aunt are taking advantage of the memory of poor Laney while they supply Chili with videos of her drunk singing. We'll get to that. She's obviously drunk in the video she's singing. I don't know if you've never heard anyone drunk sing before, but that's not bad singing. That's drunk singing. And then the next video, she's dancing around in her fucking underwear. And that shit came from Mom. Come on. Harsh? No. True. Well, the truth isn't soft shit. The truth is what sets you free. It's true that this mother did not perform her responsibility as a parent properly. And I think the only people that would really object to me saying this are people probably who might not be doing the best job parenting their own fucking children, right? So you might, everybody out there who wants to fucking blah, blah, blah me, you all might want to hold it back and think about what it says about what you're fucking doing. I'll go back and read through the comments so I get them all. But if you want to say it's harsh, it's harsh. Yeah, it is harsh. It's the fucking truth.
I'll be honest, this is going to be tough for you guys. This was really hard for me to hear last night. So I hope that you guys you're going to get the gist of what kind of little girl this was, what kind of person she was, how.
Hey, Felipe, that's enough of that shit, all right? Because that fucking comment is not true at all, and I'm not going to put up with that shit either, okay? So, you want me to bounce you? Do that again. Do that again. You fucking won't be in here. Don't say shit that isn't fucking true. Don't exaggerate shit, and don't use my platform to bash people that you've been bashing for a long fucking time. In fact, you know what, boss? Bye-bye. Where's your fucking little comment here? Congratulations, bro. You're the first one to ever get bounced from here. I'll tell you what, I'll only put you in timeout, and we'll see what happens when you come back. But you running the risk of being the first one that ever got fucking bounced from here, dipshit.
How she was just this ball of life, and she was somebody in your family that if she was in your family, she'd be one of those people that when you have family get together, she'd be one of those folks that you couldn't wait to get together with. And so
according to the state troopers, there was a blood test on Jeff Racer. So, all cap that so it makes it easy for me to see your fucking bullshit lies. Greg B.
So I just want.
So here we go.
2
A
seconds
little drunk
to show
singing.
you guys who this little girl was, and this is the best way to do it. So hope you guys can hear this.
I swear that every word you say, you wrote it for me. Like it was a private show, but I know you never saw me, yeah. When the lights come on and I'm on my own, will you be there? Will you be there?
So there's one of them.
Can I be there? Yeah, I swear that every word you say, you wrote it for me. Like it was a private show, but I know you never saw me, yeah. When the lights come on and I'm on my own, will you be there? Will you be there?
All right, I'm going to skip the part with the young lady dancing around in her underwear. I think it's coming up here soon. Well, maybe it's a little bit away. Scott Ammo in the chat. You'll get the gist, Chili. You'll get the gist. Jest means joke. You are the joke, Chili. Yeah, right. Scott, thanks for correcting Chili, but he'll never be able to get that around his head.
So here's another one that she sent over that we can.
Yeah, we're not watching that shit. Oh, sorry about this. We're gonna have to suffer through a little commercial here, and we're done with that. Let's speed dipshit up a little here. 175.
It's been tough to talk about this. It's been tough to cover this. Forgive me. So Jesse, what happens now? What are the next few steps for the family?
I mean, Chili wants to know one at a time. Today we're going to be out there at 3 o'clock. We're rallying again for Laney. So almost like we can't even grieve her. We can't grieve her because we're out here fighting for justice, something we shouldn't have to be fighting for.
Yeah, the same people who are supposed to be helping you are working against you, and that to me is probably some of the most despicable facts about what we call law enforcement in this country today. And what they don't understand, the law enforcers out there, you folks who are watching this, the coppers, you guys have joined the Death Star, and in 2022 I was kind to these people and I gave them a chance to explain themselves. I think the explaining has come to an end. We know what they do. We know they hide murder, and this is a prime example of killing a little girl. And now completely. And I mean, so instead of me saying it, let me ask you the question: do you or members of your family feel as though they are completely and utterly hiding and covering up a manslaughter?
Absolutely.
Feelings. We're always talking about feelings. We're never talking about truth. We're never talking about facts. We're always talking about feelings. Feelings don't mean shit. Chili can do is put a 1 in the chat if you think it's a cover-up. Everybody in Chili's chat thinks it's a fucking cover-up, except the fucking trolls, and they're not responding. Dumb shit.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to cover up that Jeff Racer wasn't unstable. And, DLZ Clips, he really dug into this, and he made a bunch of phone calls. He found out the things, Jeff Racer.
So here you go. Jeff Racer's unstable. DLZ Clips, that fucking bonehead retard, it made a bunch of phone calls. So who the fuck did he talk to? Give a fucking name. Name a source. Oh, another guy I know talked to other people I never fucking heard of, and this is what he told me, so I'm going to spit it out to you like it was the God's honest truth. And mom just going to sit there and nod her fucking head with dopey fucking Chili. Stupid.
Shouldn't have been a cop. He had severe PTSD. His hand was half blown off. He had real problems. The police within the organization that he works with didn't like him because he was so off. And now
he served his fucking country, Chili. What did you do? Caused so much fucking trouble in your hometown in Alaska, you had to leave at college age. Then you got down here to the lower 48 on the West Coast, and you became a low-rent drug manufacturer, drug dealer. Arrested, no, according to your own mouth, no knock, searched 2 times. But both times they knocked. But it was a no-knock. But both times they knocked, you dumb fuck. So you came down to the lower 48, got yourself hemmed up on a manufacturing GHB with the intent to distribute charge. Yeah, no shit, you hate the police because every criminal activity you ever fucking involved yourself with, they foiled it. That's why you hate the fucking police. Bro, you should call Rights On and just get a job making the fucking cardboard boxes in his mom's pizza shop. Because you can it's probably not too mentally challenging for you. Fold line A, slide tab B into slot C, box made. Call Rights On, get a fucking regular job, dude. Stop grifting all the fucking time before you get yourself arrested again because the FBI is investigating you, fucko, and you on a government watch list.
Somebody, and did you guys ever get a hold of Hannah? Did Hannah ever come forward?
No. She actually deleted her Facebook account.
She deleted her Facebook account.
Yes.
And did the wife of Jeff Racer really leave him because he was having an affair?
I think so. We're not 100% sure about that.
Did his wife leave him because he was having an affair? I don't think so. We're not sure. More drag this fucking guy through the mud. You got to drag him through the fucking mud because to get those dollars pouring in, we got to get the anti-police contribution. We got to get contributions from all the people who hate the fucking police because they're the only ones dumb enough to give to Chili DeCastro. So we got to paint this guy in the worst fucking possible picture. Not the worst possible picture according to his reality, but the worst possible picture you can fucking make up.
I know that people have made that woman and her kids threats, and I need her to know that that's not from Lane's family. We know she had nothing to do with this. Her and her babies are innocent.
Oh, wait, I got to slow this back down because I want you to watch the fucking flip-flop right here.
that people have made that woman and her. I think so. We're not.
Really leave him because he was having an affair?
So right here, to make mom look like a sympathetic figure, she says kind things about the quote-unquote woman she just called a fucking mistress without knowing anything about it, whose only involvement is that she was sitting in the passenger seat. So now be careful with what these fuckheads start saying, because according to these dipshits, if you're riding in a car that's involved in an accident, you're to fucking blame too. But listen to the preface. Listen to the first statement, and then listen after Chili intervenes. Listen to how mom goes off the fucking rails again.
I think so. We're not 100% sure about that. I know that people have made that woman and her kids threats, and I need her to know that that's not from Laney's family. We know she had nothing to do with this. Her and her babies are innocent. It's not her working here with us, Jeff.
So her and her babies are innocent. Innocent means no involvement, no wrongdoing. Innocent means you didn't do anything wrong in the accident. Now listen.
Well, for Hannah to be cleared, she has to come forward and talk about how many bars they were at, how many drinks were bought, provide credit card receipts, who paid for those drinks. From my
absolutely
right.
I feel that in this situation, she's just as guilty as he is.
She's as guilty as he is until she comes forward and tells the truth and says,
absolutely,
we were out at this bar, and then we went to this bar, and then we went to this bar. But she's a state worker.
Did you hear that? She's guilty. The mom or the aunt just said she's innocent of everything. And then Chili, she's guilty until she comes forward and gives a statement. Right? Now mom's attitude fucking changes. Or the aunt, whoever this fucking idiot is.
Until she comes forward and tells the truth and says,
as guilty as he is.
Right? About how many bars they were at, how many drinks were bought, provide credit card receipts, who paid for those drinks. From my
absolutely.
Right?
I feel that in this situation, she's just as guilty as he is.
She's as guilty as he is until she comes...
Completely innocent to just as guilty as he is. And you're right, she is just as guilty as he is. He's not guilty at all. He had an accident. You're the one that's fucking guilty because your 13-year-old daughter who, we have rules and regulations. We have laws in this country. And you are responsible for the behavior of your children under the age of 18, which means if your 13-year-old kid steals a car and crashes it and causes fucking property damage, you on the fucking hook for it. So after all this fucking kicking this fucking deputy around and talking all this shit about him, you're going to be on the fucking hook. You're going to be on the fucking hook, dumb fuck. So you ought to be thinking about, hey, what should I do to not make myself look like a fucking ghoul so that these people who I'm talking nothing but shit about don't get so infuriated that they come back at me. And, you might wind up facing a fucking manslaughter charge due to negligence and responsibility for all the fucking damages, because that's the responsibility a parent has. That's why my parents kept me fucking home when I was 13, because I wasn't going to go out into the world and damage shit and bust shit up and my dad have to fucking pay for it.
Comes forward and tells the truth and says,
absolutely,
we were out at this bar, and then we went to this bar, and then we went to this bar. But she's a state worker, isn't she?
We don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I just, I've messaged her and told her, like, please don't feel special, because he will do you the same way he done his wife. Like, you will get done that way. He will throw you under the rug.
Done what way? Throw who under the rug? You don't know shit about his relationship with his wife. They might have an open fucking relationship. You don't know a fucking thing. But we got to beat this guy up. We got to beat him up soundly. We got to bloody his fucking ass. Chili, I'm going to crowdsource your fucking apprehension. Oh, fucko. I'm going to shut that mouth of yours.
Just as quick as he did everybody else. I feel like she at least owes Laney Just I don't even know how to
So now she went from being completely innocent to owing Laney. All because Chili had to fucking get her back on track and re-coach her to get back with the fucking script. Hey, Greg B, while you're in the chat room, go back and report to your boy. Go back and report to your boy Chili that I'm seriously considering crowdsourcing the expense of the open warrant he has in Oregon, Ohio. I got 2 guys that work for me that are fucking bounty hunters. I got 2 guys that do weekend work for me in the club scene that are fucking bounty hunters. I'll come get your fucking boy. I got no problem with that. He gonna have to hole up and stay inside the fucking house from here out. Because if I find out where he is, I'm gonna crowdsource it and I'm gonna go fucking get him. I'm going to plan a route drive back, Greg B. Tell your boy that back seat of the car that he's so afraid to fucking be in, I'm going to rent that exact fucking car. I'll go to an auction and buy one if I have to, okay? And I'm going to cuff him up in that fucking car, and them cuffs ain't going to come off until he's from Arizona to Oregon, Ohio. And he ain't gonna be let out of the fucking car. He can shit and piss himself. It's a plastic fucking seat. He's going to find out why that fucking seat is in there. He can shit and piss himself on the fucking ride. And as soon as it stinks, I'll pull over into a coin-operated, self-do fucking car wash, and I'll just hose him down until it don't fucking stink no more. Go tell your boy that he going to get me to make a trip down to where he is. Go tell your fucking boy, Greg B. Go report back to Master Chili.
She at least owes Laney an explanation. You know what I mean? The truth.
The
to let
truth.
us all know the truth.
The truth.
The truth.
I knew you were going to get there. I was waiting for you to get those 2 words out. The truth. We just want Hannah to tell the truth. We just want Hannah to come forward and tell exactly what, if she's having a relationship with the guy, then, that's part of life. People have relationships. I've left my girlfriend for another woman. My girlfriend has left me for another man in my life, and the relationships I've had, husbands leave
Chili
their
had a
wife for
fucking
another
girlfriend?
woman.
That's bullshit.
Wives leave their husband for another man. This isn't like, it's not normal. 50% of marriages in America fail.
There you go, Greggy.
So, Hannah, if we were talking directly to Hannah, we're not looking to crucify you. We just want you to come out with the truth. That's all that people want. That's all that people of Huntington want. That's all that her family wants. None of her family is threatening you, Hannah. You didn't do anything wrong. We just want the truth to come out. So she's a social worker for Cabell County. So it's like, all right, Jesse, was there anything else you wanted to say? Thank you for sending those videos. I watched them last night, and they did the same thing to me last night that they did to me today. It just, as soon as I saw that little girl dancing and having fun, I lost it. And so, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about Laney or about your family or anything else you guys are needing? We do have your GoFundMe up, and if everybody would drop in $5 or $10, I'd appreciate it.
No, I just wanted to say thanks, Chili. You really helped us out a lot by covering Laney's story. You definitely got it out there for us. We just want justice. You know what I mean? We want to be able to sit alone and grieve our baby. And right now we can't. And it's not better.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And I'll tell you, Jesse, I'll never stop. Jeff Racer can go to another department. He can go get a job somewhere else, and I'll follow him. I will never stop until this man is exposed. Justice is done. I give you my word. I give you my word as a man. Same thing for James Sheets.
Damn it. It was. I'm going to have to do editing.
Looking to crucify you. We just want you to come out with the truth. That's all that people want. Threatening you, the worker for, and they did the same thing to me last night that they did to me today. You know, it just, as soon as I saw that little girl dancing and having fun, I lost it.
5x5.
So,
I should be back.
Was there anything else that you want to talk about Laney, or about your family, or anything else you guys are needing? We do have your GoFundMe up, and if everybody would drop in $5 or $10, I'd appreciate it.
No, I just wanted to say thanks, Chili. You really helped us out a lot by covering Laney's story. You definitely got it out there for us. We just want justice. You know what I mean?
You helped her by covering her story. No, you didn't. You helped the parents get money. You didn't help Laney at all. You helped the parents get money. You didn't help the girl. And your help for the parents in getting money, Chili, you exposed through the testimonies you gave that Laney was using drugs, drinking alcohol, and playing chicken in the fucking road. Good job, DeCastro. You a fucking rocket scientist.
We want to be able to sit at home and grieve our baby. And right now we can't. And it's not fair.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And I'll tell you, Jesse, I'll never stop. Jeff Racer can go to another department. He can go get a job somewhere else, and I'll follow him. I will never stop until this man is exposed. Justice is done. I give you my word. I give you my word as a man. Same thing for James Sheets.
So Chili, the dumb fuck, just said he's going to harass this guy, who has no business getting involved in this guy's affairs at all. But Chili is now dedicating himself to harassing a man who has not been convicted in a court of law yet. Every time Chili's been in a court of law and didn't get to what he wanted. Oh, that's right. That's every time he's been in a court of law. Every time that court turns into kangaroo court. Chili, you nothing but a fucking bouncer. You're not a legit kangaroo. You one of them little desert kangaroo rats. You kangaroo rat in your kangaroo court of public opinion. And in your kangaroo court, you just gave up testimony and evidence that's going to condemn and lose any hope that the people you're helping had at winning a fucking wrongful death suit. You dumb fuck.
It's not going to stop on these cases until we get the copper who did the killing. So, Jesse, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, here we go. It's mommy time. The bad parent. The worst of the worst. 2023's worst parent. In the running for worst parent of the fucking year. Coded Friend now has an award category for the end of the year. Worst fucking parent of the year. And this, Ms. Stone, is the first nomination.
I watched those videos last night, and if that doesn't get you, you know. I got Opal here, so
yay, Opal,
I know
worst mommy of the year.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I got you. Do you want to come on camera? Or do you want to stay off camera?
I'd rather stay off camera.
It's okay. And so, when was Laney's birthday?
What is what?
What's Laney's birthday?
On November 10th.
November 10th. December. It's not even the end of December yet. This girl was barely 13. Barely 13. And mom just, out the door you go. Have a good time, Laney. Don't get too drunk. Don't get too high. What do you mean my daughter's dead? Oh, that vicious deputy. Now we get to hear the fucking theatrics from Mommy.
So she was just turned 14 years old.
No, she just turned 13 years old.
She just turned 13 years old.
Yep.
So like I said, she's literally a little girl.
So now we're playing up the literally a little girl thing, but in the past, when Chili was asked what a 13-year-old was doing out and about at 10:30 at night, Chili went through his whole doctrine of 13 is a young adult and they can do what they want. Because Chili and the people who are like Chili, they want 13-year-old girls and boys around. Because they're way easier to take advantage of than a 23-year-old or a 33-year-old or even a 43-year-old. See, Chili wants a little supply of 13-year-old kids running around. Now, oh, she's an innocent babe. A couple broadcasts ago, she was a young woman who could do as she pleases. She's 13. Fucking idiot.
And on that New Year, what were her plans?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she was doing when she left my house. She went to a little girl named Tinkers who lived in Wayne County. I had no idea that Laney had left Tinkers and went to Huntington. She wouldn't have been allowed. Right. She was, of course, when I was 13 years old, I was doing the same thing. If I wasn't allowed to go somewhere, I'd find a way to do it. You know, and because most of Laney's friends are in Huntington, in the east end of Huntington. But, you know, I know that them friends in the east end of Huntington run around and, you know, and Laney wasn't allowed to just be out running the streets.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm taking up for all to make it fair. That's what 13-year-old level of Laney.
No, it's not what 13-year-olds do. It's not what I did as a 13-year-old. It's not what my nieces and nephews at that age. It's not what they do. See, because they were brought up right. I was brought up right, and I was on the edge of trouble all the time, and I was brought up right. My cousins, they were on the straight and narrow. They all doing good in life. They all have kids. They have good jobs. They have kids. They have kids that are walking the straight and narrow too. It's not normal for a 13-year-old to sneak out. And Chili's just sitting there. Look at his fucking face. Look at this fucking retard's face right here. Let me get that as big as I can get it for you guys. Look at this dumb shit. How happy he is to explain that a 13-year-old should be out and about doing as they please. At 16, 17, you still need parental supervision. You know why you need that? Because there are fuckheads like Chili DeCastro in the world. That's why you need to keep your kids. That's why you need to keep yourself on the alert so this dumb fuck doesn't roll through your neighborhood and your kids don't go fucking missing. Look at that fucking face on him. Look at it.
That's what 13, 14 was. Level of Laney. That's what 13-year-old level of Laney. That's what 13, 14 was.
Mm-hmm.
So she's out having a good. And then how do you?
She's out having a good time. How good was that time she got hit by a fucking car, you retard? How good was the good time she was having? She fucking dead. That's a good time for you, Chili? Oh, that's right. When the 13-year-olds are dead at the end of the night, that's a good night for Chili DeCastro, because we can't have witnesses fucking talking.
Find out that Laney was hit by a car.
Well, I was actually, it was 10:40 something, and I'm in the shower getting ready to go to bed, and I hear my messenger. I had talked to Laney like 2 or 3 hours before that. It was her brother's birthday, and her brother was upset because she wanted to hang out with her friends instead of coming home for his party. And
This is parenting. This is parent. How many of you people out there had the option at 13 years old to skip your older or younger brother or sister's birthday? She's the light of the party. She's the glue that held the family together, but can't show up for her younger brother's birthday. You see how the reality contradicts the statements? She's not the bright light. She's not the fucking glue that holds the family together. She's the 13-year-old who would rather be running around carousing, smoking dope and drinking than celebrating her younger brother's birthday. Well, the statements made up to this point about, what a great kid Laney was, are in conflict with the reality of this fucking day. It's her little brother's birthday. But she out getting drunk and stoned and playing chicken with fucking cars instead of cake and ice cream with her little brother at 13 fucking years old. That's the kind of 13-year-old Chili DeCastro wants out and about after dark.
So I told her she'd go ahead and stay, and so I'm in the shower getting ready to go to bed, and I hear my messenger going off. When I got out and checked it, it was from somebody. I had no idea who it was, and it said, "I hope this is Laney's mom. It's 911." Well, of course, I'm thinking, oh, anyways, I had just talked to Sissy.
There's a fucking parent that emergency people. 911, dispatch, the police. They can't even get a hold of this fucking shitbag. Your daughter's dead in the fucking street, and people are trying to get you, and nobody can get a fucking hold of you. Good parenting. Great parenting. How fucking high were you at this point in time? Which is why your sister, who's your ride, went to the accident scene and didn't come get you first. Because any normal fucking person would have gone and got mom before going there, knowing that mom can't get there without sister. So the whole reason sister doesn't go and pick up mom is because mom is fucked up and high, and daddy had to go get her hours later after she fucking came down and was a little more lucid.
So, then
the daughter's doing drugs because mommy's doing drugs. The daughter's doing drugs because the daughter can get away from mommy to do drugs because mommy's too fucking high to keep track of her child and to discipline it. You a bad fucking parent, Opal. You a bad fucking parent.
Another message comes through from the same person that says, "Never mind, she's dead." Well, I think that it's just some mean kids pranking me. So I get another call.
Someone says your daughter's dead, and your first fucking response is, "Oh, it's a fucking joke. I'm so fucking high. I can't take this seriously. It's a fucking joke. It must be a joke. I'll just go back to being passed out in the fucking shower, my ass."
From somebody, and they tell me, Laney had been hit by a vehicle, and I'm like, "Listen, please quit calling me with this nonsense." And this woman was like, "Opal, listen, this is Logan's mother. This is not
Logan, the boy who was playing chicken with the fucking cars with her, who gave it up on DeCastro's broadcast."
a prank." Logan just said that Laney was hit by a cop car. She'd never told me that Sissy was dead, though. So I'm like, okay. So I called my sister to come get me, and I called the hospital thinking that, that's where they would take her. Well, they didn't have her. At 10:53, I called 911 and told them that somebody had told me that my daughter had just been hit in the East End by a police officer. I need to know something. And he comes back on the line and he said, "Honey, there's been no 911. There's been no 911 report." I'm like, okay. He's like, "But
I think Chili had a little technical difficulty here. And I can't mock it because I've had a little bit of it myself tonight.
Are we back? No.
okay.
Oh, wait.
Um,
We're about to see the world's worst mom.
Anyways, I waited for an hour and a half for the police to show up. They never showed up, so my dad showed up, and he's just got the...
You waited an hour and a half for the police to show up, but your sister's there. She could have come got you. Apparently your dad's around. He could have come got you. Wait, you live in your fucking mother's house, and your dad's not there? Yeah, exactly. Broken family, broken family, broken family. Children raising children. You know. And then dipshit DeCastro comes along, tries to fucking normalize all this shit. Fucking people.
This look on his face, and he tells me, you know, your sister's up there on the scene, but of course, my dad didn't tell me that she was dead. I don't think. So he puts me in the car and he drives me up there, and I see all the police cars, so I jump out of the car. An officer comes straight over to me, and I'm asking where Laney's at, and he tells me I can't see her, to get back in the vehicle. And then I think he may have said, you know, she's dead, I can't see her. And I'm like,
of course he told you to get back in the vehicle. It's an investigation. Body's dead. Here's what happens. If the person's deceased, the coroner has to come, and the coroner has to do the investigation. All the delay, all the time stuff. There's one coroner in West Virginia for the whole fucking state. It's 10:30 at night, holiday weekend. They probably got to track the guy down. He got to go home, change. He got to go to the office, get his gear. They got to drive out. Then they got to do a whole investigation. Oh, but it didn't happen in 2 seconds for you. You know what happened in 2 seconds? The death of your daughter. Because for those 2 seconds and the fucking hours before it, you had no clue where she was. Your fault. Bad parent.
okay, well, I knew in my head that I waited for him for an hour and a half. It was a 30-minute drive, so I'm confused as why my baby's still on the ground. And he's like, we're doing an investigation. Give us just a few minutes. We're almost done. We're going to get her up. We'll take her to St. Mary's, and you can go over there and see her. So I go over to St. Mary's, but my sister and my brother stay there. Well, at 2:42, my brother calls me and says, Sissy, they just picked her up off the ground. 2:42. Remind you, this happened at 10:25 at night. 10:42, but they didn't take her straight to St. Mary's. They took her straight to
4 hours. 4 hours. The coroner had to come. The coroner had to investigate. It makes fucking sense, man. There's one coroner for the whole fucking state. 4 hours? I'm surprised it got that done quickly. Now she's going to bitch that they didn't take her to the fucking hospital that she anticipated they would go to, probably because it was the closer one. They took her to the Charlton Hospital because that's where the coroner's office is.
Charleston. I'm not even sure who identified my baby.
What's it? People don't understand. What are the feelings you have after you get the information that she's been scooped up off the ground at 2:40 a.m.? What's the first thing you do?
I'm upset, of course. I'm not under for 4 or 5 hours. She laid out there for what reason?
Just explained it. The coroner had to come. Pay attention, numbnuts. Because DeCastro can't explain it. Because he just wants to milk it and make a fucking big to-do out of it. Make it seem like it was a heinous thing. The body's dead. The girl's dead. That's a coroner investigation. Let's not put you in an ambulance and take you to the hospital. They only do that if you're still alive. If you're dead, the coroner has to come and do an investigation. There's one coroner for the entire state of West Virginia. Maybe you people should pay your fucking taxes, not cheat so much. You might have more resources available to you. Like Rights On and Mommy's Pizza Shop that takes cash payments and dodges their fucking taxes. Boy, I can have you audited. I'm a finance guy. I gotta audit you my fucking self. You know how you figure it out, douchebag? By the fucking pizza boxes. Every pizza box is a pizza. So you can cheat all you want. All you have to do is look at the number of pizza boxes used, you dumb fuck. Okay, so we're back to the bitching about the amount of time it took. Do you want a hasty job done and a cover-up? Because if they were going to cover it up, dude, they wouldn't be taking this amount of time. They would just rush it and be done with it and fake the fucking evidence. The time is because they're collecting actual evidence. So you want it to go faster? What do you want? Your daughter's dead. So what do you want? You want a thorough, realistic investigation, or you want a hustle-up cover-up? Because you seem not to want the hustle-up cover-up, but you're complaining about them doing a proper investigation. Not only are you a bad parent, but you seem to be a dumb fucking individual, too.
I don't understand it. And then I get even more upset because they should have taken her to St. Mary's to where who even identified her? They take her straight to Charleston for what reason? I don't know. I don't know. Of course, I'm upset about it. I don't know I don't know what to think or how to feel, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
So the next morning you wake up, and is that next morning after she's on January 1st? Is that where you guys start your rally?
December 31st is the day we started the rally.
Come on, Chili. You wrote the fucking script. Read it. Get the fucking dates right, you dumbass.
Because she got hit December 30th at 10:25 p.m.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got so meffed out yesterday. I can't really fucking remember anything.
Yes, December 31st, we started our rally. It was meant to just have a candlelight where she had been hit, but it turned into much more than that. And it probably wouldn't have... What is it?
No, go ahead.
It probably wouldn't have turned into what it did, but I felt like the state police were taunting us or something. You know what I'm saying? They were sitting down the block, just, I don't know. It was just weird. So, of course, everybody got a little rowdy and started protesting. But, of course, 30 minutes into it, the police come shut down all traffic. No traffic could pass us by. None.
So you guys, the crowd starting to really.
Yeah, we were. We were just walking down the middle of the street, holding our signs.
Middle of the fucking street. This parent who was supposed to just be having a candlelight vigil for her dead daughter is now leading teenage children down the fucking middle of the road. That's where you get hit, in the fucking road. So she's leading children down the middle of the road, and then she gets pissed off because the cops stop traffic so that she can't have her fucking promotional moment and publicize the death of her daughter by jeopardizing and risking the safety and welfare of other fucking children. She's about to get angry because the police stopped traffic from moving down a road where she was marching children up the middle of the road chanting, "Fuck the police."
Chanting, what do we want? Justice for who? Laney. That's all we were doing.
In the middle of the fucking road, you dumbass. Your daughter got hit in that fucking road 2 days ago, and you got a bunch of new children in the fucking road. Holy fuck, you are the leading candidate for the dumbest parent fucking walking. DCF should come get your fucking son away from you. DCF should come and get your fucking son out of that fucking house before he dies too. You should be thoroughly investigated because of this fucking bullshit. Because you're the kind of dumbass who, for the sake of self-promotion, would march more children down the center of the dangerous road that your fucking daughter just got killed on. How fucking dumb are you?
And we went and when all the state police officers are out of the vehicle standing around watching us. So of course a couple of us approached them and asked why nobody had contacted me. Why isn't anything done? We asked them to read our sign. That my 8-year-old little boy he made a sign and he wrote a note to Laney. I asked them to read it. They told me no. You know, but as soon as we left the parking lot from where they was at, they shut us down. Every possible way to get past us, they.
As soon as you left the parking lot, you mean when you got the kids lined up in the center of the fucking road? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, these bad police. Yeah, these police are really fucking bad. I don't know, kid. I'm starting to look at you like you might be the fucking bad one. You're marching kids down the center of the fucking road, and you're mad at the cops because they stopped traffic so that no more kids get killed, you fucking idiot.
They shut it down. They was not having any vehicles come by us. None. I can't hear you.
Give me a 5x5 if you guys can hear me okay.
Oh, there we go. There was the evil
can hear you
fucking
now.
mother. Let me bring that thing back up. I want everybody to fucking see this wicked little fucking witch. I killed my fucking daughter. Pity me. I killed my daughter by being stupid. Pity me.
Give me a 5x5 if you guys can.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There's your dumb fucking woman right there.
Give me a 5x5 if you guys.
There you go. Holy shit. She looks like she... Whoa, she been hitting the button. That one been hitting the fucking button. Hold on, let me get another fucking... I'll let it slide till the end. That one been hitting the button. Wow, she getting enough to eat, that's for sure. Fucking pig.
Hear me okay?
I can hear you now.
Hear me now? Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of an echo here, so you're just going to have to bear with it. So now you are out there, and this is where we cut off a second ago, and the sound wasn't heard.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are yelling at the cops that is the crowd of kids, because it's mostly high school kids, I imagine, are they telling them that you're covering this up? Is that what's going on? Is there like on the 31st, is there kind of a
because that's what Chili wants. Chili wants to make sure that everyone knows when these things happen, you want to get the children convinced that the police are covering shit up. And you do that by getting the mom and having mom tell all kinds of lies to make it look like the daughter was completely innocent so that the fucking money can flow in. And the best way to have the money flow in is to have a good portion of teenagers that hate the fucking cops. And that's this. This is Chili. This is Chili. He's prepping his soil here. He's cultivating a future clientele. Because if they all have bad and shitty attitudes toward the cops, then there'll be plenty of whiny motherfuckers to come to Chili to tell Chili how the police treated them badly, when the reason they were treated badly was because they had shitty attitudes, thanks to Chili DeCastro's pre-encounter coaching. Yay, Chili! You must be a real fucking proud mother there, Miss Opal Slone. You must be proud, real proud. Real proud of how you got your daughter killed and now you're leading other children into the lap of Chili DeCastro.
Yes.
The cops and the
Yes.
towns. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the kids were a little
And
upset. There was what?
Ooh. Ooh. Chili looked a little fucking mad right there. I'll roll that back a little bit when this... I thought this guy was fucking demonetized. I'm watching fucking videos. I guess I got to get the premium. But Chili don't look happy right here. Wonder what happened.
There was what? Yeah. Yeah, the kids were a little upset.
Yeah, he got mad right there. He's getting mad. Look
There was what?
Go ahead, hon.
Of course, you got teenage kids, their friend just died, nothing's been done. Yeah, they were acting little silly, chanting stuff that they probably shouldn't have. Yeah.
Like what were those things they were chanting?
Fuck the
What were those
police.
things they were chanting?
Fuck the
What were those
police.
things they were chanting?
Fuck the
What were
police.
those things they were chanting?
Fuck the
What were those
police.
things they were chanting?
So this fucking dumb bitch is mad at the police because she's marching children down the middle of the fucking road chanting "fuck the police," and they shut the traffic down. Mother of the fucking year right here. Bad mother of the year. Shitbag mother of the year. Too harsh? I don't know, Troll Mafia. I don't know if I'm being too harsh here. About a fucking woman who couldn't properly care for her child and keep her out of fucking harm's way, and then heaps insult on top of that injury by marching other people's children down the road. Not her own children, other people's children down the middle of the road that her daughter just got killed on, chanting "fuck the police." Oh my God. Wow, you're like putting up the fucking chili signal. You know how the bat signal is? Just a big fucking light in the air. That's a fucking hot red pepper. The chili signal. But it's really too small to fucking see. Jesus Christ, man. You couldn't have done a better job summoning the fucking devil to show up at your house.
Chanting. Oh, really?
We want justice. We want.
It's funny.
I think one of them said we want justice, not a cover up. No justice, no peace. You know.
You know, Opal, this is the same thing of the civil
Laura,
rights.
let me read your comments because I think they're kind of important. Look, this is not an echo chamber. If you don't agree with me and you present a rational response, I'm not only going to read it, I'm going to honor it. I'm going to take it seriously because I don't want everyone blindly fucking agreeing with me. I want people to think for themselves. So let me read what Laura wrote, which I'm glad you wrote it, Laura. I'm very happy that you wrote it. And other people have expressed this sentiment to me. So I want to read it because I don't want the echo chamber, and I want to acknowledge that there are quite a few listeners of mine who are not ready to, say that this woman did something wrong. For me, it's painfully obvious, and it's time to speak for me to speak because of the damage that's being done to the deputy who's ex-military, who was injured in his military service, who gave a lot for this country, and I think that we as a people owe a little more to his self-sacrifice than to just sit back and let dumb fucks like DeCastro and this mother. This is not grieving. I'm sorry if you guys don't get this. She's not grieving. She's turning a traumatic situation into a cash grab, a $10,000 cash grab. And you watch. When that goal is met, there'll be another one. Guarantee it. They won't stop at 10K. Chile won't stop at 10K. And they're following Chile. They've been in league with Chile since day one, since the day after the accident, since his 12 teenage contacts in Ironton got in touch with him, or since Rights On got in touch with him. Those are the boys that are in this area. You got Chile DeCastro, you got his 12 or so teenage boys that are reporting to him regularly, and you have his Capitan, Rights On, the pizza shop guy. Perfect place for teenage boys to hang out. Huh? To give the updates and get the updates and the marching orders for Chile DeCastro. Rights On. You got a little slinging thing going on? I watch your pizza joints myself, bro. Because you don't know who the fuck I am. You don't know what I look like. I could walk in, buy a pie from you, and you wouldn't even fucking know it was me. Sit outside, watch the traffic out of your places. I'll take your fucking parents' livelihood away, you fuck. So, if you think I'm being too harsh on this woman turned a traumatic event into a fucking cash grab. She's in league with the Castro. She's talking all kinds of shit. She's confessing that she's marching the very road, the very place her daughter was killed at. She's marching more fucking teenagers down the center of the road, and she's pissed off at the cops because the cops won't let the fucking traffic come by so she can have her moment of publicity. That's just fucking bullshit. You don't have to agree with me, but I can see clear as fucking day bad parenting. And now she's influencing the welfare and the safety of other people's fucking children, marching them down the center of the fucking road. I've seen pictures of that area. The sidewalk is set back quite a bit, 5-6 feet from the fucking road, and there's a sidewalk there to walk down. There's no need to be in the middle of the fucking road. I could understand if it was teenage kids with no adult supervision, but the dumbest fucking mom alive happens to be there leading them while they march down the middle of the road, putting their own safety in jeopardy, chanting, "Fuck the police." I hope if you're doing dumb shit like this and you get hit by a car, that the fucking cops don't do shit for you and they fucking laugh at you. That's what I hope happens. Harsh as it may sound. Laura B writes, "Sorry, Coded." You don't have to be sorry. You never have to be sorry for a legitimate opinion or for presenting facts. You don't have to be sorry about that at all. That's what I'm here for. I love it. Thank you for posting this, by the way, Laura. I'm not ready to condemn anyone without the facts. Good for you. Beautiful attitude. Not the officer, not the family. Although it's sus that the donations went up so quick. Yeah, because Chile, you got to strike when the iron's hot. That's the DeCastro. He's been there from the fucking beginning. That's Rights On's handiwork. And then after that, Laura wrote, "I assume the GoFundMe was for the funeral until I found out the funeral already happened at others' expense." Exactly. I've been saying it from the beginning. This is a vehicle owned by a municipality. The municipality isn't comprised of heartless fucking people. Even if they didn't have to pay the funeral costs, they would have paid the funeral costs. And they probably didn't, after an investigation, it would probably turn out that they didn't have to pay it. But they paid it, and they're going to pay it. So, they did the municipality did the right thing. And here, Chile DeCastro is just throwing shit at everyone who's in authority. That's all this fucking guy does. And this mother, grieving or not grieving, got right in bed with her pedic Chile DeCastro. She'll be lucky if she don't walk out of this with the fucking case of the HIV. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate your comment.
Rights era, the civil rights era in the 60s was fought and led by high school kids. And
this has absolutely nothing to do with the civil rights movement. Civil rights and his bullshit about it being fought and led by kids is bullshit. There's a lot of pictures of kids in it because it had to do with busing kids to schools. That's it. The leaders, the people who did the work, they were 20s, 30s. They weren't children. This fuckhead will tell any fucking lie he can tell to further his agenda. And this mom of the fucking year, worst mom of the fucking 2023, is just eating it up like it was. Look at her face. I'll put her face up at the end. She eating this shit up like it was biscuits and fucking gravy.
So for every single high school kid in the tri-state area, you are a leader. You are the social media guru that has to continue to post. These Gen X and boomers and even some older millennials, if you're a high school student or a young person in the tri-state area, you don't let Laney's death die. You don't let her death die. You keep her death alive in the public sphere with your social media.
You keep her death alive. What the fuck? You ghoulish little fuck. That's what you want. You want death, dismemberment, discord. You want all the fucking shitty shit right up front so you can prove how shitty everything is because you're shitty. Yeah? You're shitty. You're shitty. You're a shitty person, Chili. And you attract shitty people to you. Rights On is proof. Ad Gloria is proof. Jeff Hates Pigs is proof. Jonathan Mitchell Music is proof. Your whole little fucking group is proof. And now you brought this fucking worst mother of 2023 into your I thought Christy Roan was one of the worst fucking parents I had ever seen. But you know something? This woman making Christy Roan look like a decent fucking mother.
Every single high school kid, junior high school kid, college person in that area right there in Huntington, you don't understand the power you have with the social media you have. You may think, oh, I've only got 500 followers. I've only got, 1,000 people follow me on Instagram. Every day when you put out a post, Justice for Laney, it reverberates through. And the young people were the leaders of the civil rights movement. The young people won World War I for us. The young people won World War II for America. The young people of our country are the strength and the backbone of the world. You are a leader. You go to your social media every day and you put Justice for Laney and you put her picture up. And this is the reason why those filthy coppers there didn't want Opal to talk to me, because I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to show you every step of the way what we're going to do. And starting right now, every single high school kid, every junior high school, every friend of Laney's, every single college, every teacher, every faculty member, every janitor, every single person who ever knew this little girl, you go on your Facebook right now, you go on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Twitter, and you put Justice for Laney and you put a picture of this little girl up and you say Jeff Racer killed this girl.
Yeah, do this douchebag's fucking mudslinging for him. Hey, if you want to help Laney Hudson, if you're out there and you were a friend of Laney Hudson's, or if you're one of the faculty of this school or any of that, if you really want to help Laney Hudson, you should put Chili DeCastro's picture up and tell him to stay the fuck away from children. I mean, literally, if you're involved in the school system, if you're a teacher, if you care about the well-being of children, you should post Chili DeCastro's picture and tell him to stay the fuck away from children. I mean, if you want to help, that's the thing to do.
Justice for Laney. You have the power. I was talking to someone the other day and I said, listen, Opal would be best if she just sat down in front of her phone or her computer and just talked to people. And I will send other auditors and other activists to interview her. The power now is online.
How much you charging for that, Chili? How much you charging for that? You going to charge per interview? You going to charge both sides? You going to charge Opal to help her get her story out? And you going to charge the people that are interviewing her? Is that how you're going to work that one? You grifting motherfucker.
Line, and we need to share it as fast as we can. So you high school kids there in West Virginia, school kids there in Ohio and in Kentucky, you have more power than you could ever imagine. Keep posting, keep putting pressure. We don't let Jeff Racer become a copper again anywhere in America, because I'll go to where he is, and I don't care where it is, and I'll rally those kids, those high school young adults, and we will take this guy down. He's not going to be a cop ever again.
That's a fucking threat, you douche. You're involving children and threatening people. You're trying to involve underage children under the age of 18. You're trying to involve them in harassment, extortion. You're extorting. How much of a payment you going to want from this deputy to leave him alone, you fucking blackmailer, extorter? It's all your fucking bullshit to self-promote yourself. This guy served our fucking country and was injured in the line of duty. What'd you do, shitbag? You manufactured GHB and prevented yourself from being incarcerated by snitching the other fucking people out. 4 of yous got arrested. You and 4 others, 5 total. How come DeCastro's the only one that got a pretrial deferment, you fucking snitch? All you people with DeCastro, Rights On, Archangel for Truth, Ad Gloria, you gonna get fucking snitched out when this little bitch, when the FBI comes for this little bitch, you gonna get fucking snitched on. It ain't gonna save him, but he gonna snitch anyway, 'cause he's a snitch, and that's what snitches do. Snitches snitch, and then snitches get their fucking stitches. You got stitches coming, bro. You got stitches. I'm going to bring you back to Oregon, Ohio, Chili. I'm really getting to that point. I'm going to break the fucking toy. I'm going to break the fucking toy. I'm going to put you where you don't want to be, because you afraid of that large African-American man. How bro, if you go to jail and people know about the shit you said on TikTok telling black men to get on their fucking knees, that's what you really afraid of. You ain't afraid of the police. You afraid of the shit you've said in the past and getting your due fucking reward for it. It's coming, bro. It's coming. And if law enforcement don't fucking come get you, I'm probably going to fucking be there. You little bitch. You little bitch. I'm going to fucking tase you myself.
So, so then there's the first, and so there's this beef, and so the police shut down the road, and they then separate everybody away because do they feel like there's going to be a riot?
A riot? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really think it's rioting. They're just mad and they're screaming at the cops. So
Yeah,
the cops
I don't think that the cops felt threatened at all.
No,
not at all. I just felt like they didn't want to see our signs or something.
Essentially, they end your rally.
No, you paranoid fucking meth-using dumb fuck, worst mom of 2023. It's not that they don't want people to see your sign. It's that you're in the middle of the road with children behind you chanting fuck the police. So for the safety of the children, they stopped fucking traffic because, dipshit, 2 days before, your daughter was killed by a car in the very same fucking place. How fucking dumb are you? And DeCastro just going to, yeah, the police are fucking bad. They're bad for doing their job, Chili. They're bad for doing their job. They're bad for preventing another child from getting fucking killed. You're right, Chili. They're the bad ones. This mother Pied Pipering them down the fucking middle of the road isn't the bad person. You encouraging her to do this shit isn't fucking bad, Chili. Oh, you fuck, you're gonna get fucked. You're gonna get fucked. And I mean literally, you're gonna get fucked. Your prison doors are gonna close, and you gonna get fucked.
On the 31st?
Yep.
And then you're back out there on the 1st, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I imagine each single day the crowd's getting a little bit smaller, or is it getting bigger?
No, I mean, the first few days it got bigger. Of course, I forget to post on Facebook that I'm going to be out there. When I do post that I'm going to be out there, a few people show up, quite a few people. All of her friends show up, most of my family, and the horns, because people, of course, are honking the horns when they go by. You might get 1 out of 50 cars that don't honk their horn. Yeah.
Right. So what's next? Are we looking at wrongful death suit? Is that what we're looking at? Is there going to be any sort of heavy?
Oh, yeah, come on, Chili. Tell her how shitty lawyers are and what a great fucking plan you have, because you never won a fucking case. Make sure you tell her you've never won in fucking court. Oh, you want to get a piece of that, boy, don't you? You got this great guy named X Factor Mark Adams, Dr. Oh, wait, he bailed out. All 3 of them, the one guy fucking bailed out on me. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now, Chili? How are you going to get your hooks in this fucking lawsuit? You going to go back to Fred Gutierrez? He might come out of hiding for something like this, Chili. This might be your chance to get back in with Fred, Chili. And get revenge on Kate Peter for exposing him. Dick.
Have you talked to the prosecuting attorney? Is there any kind of legal action that's going to be taken against Racer for
Well,
manslaughter?
I mean, I'm not sure. Of course, I have an attorney.
Fuck, Chili. All this for nothing. She's already got an attorney. You fucked, bro. She grifted you. She fucking used you. You, the fucking big user guy. You, the fucking Mr. I raise money. That's all you are, dude. You just a fucking... She just used you like a fucking megahorn. That's it. You just a little bullhorn. Please give us money. She got a lawyer, dude. That's what the 10K's for. You ain't gonna get a nickel of that shit, Chili. It's going to the fucking lawyer. You know those lawyers that you hate, Chili? He can eat up that whole 10 grand fast. Don't worry, though, Chili. If she has a lawyer, she'll probably need more money, and then you can do your little grift routine for nickels and dimes. You a penny ante puss.
To be honest with you, I don't see
Look at his face. She got a lawyer. Look how fucking pissed he is. Look at that face. He mad. I already got a lawyer, Chili.
how, because of course we're waiting on them to come, because they told
I was looking up in the air like, what the fuck am I doing here? She has a lawyer? She didn't tell me she had a lawyer. I told her not to get a fucking lawyer. Oh, you fucking boiling, bro. She got a lawyer. You ain't touching that fucking money, dipshit. The lawyer probably told her to fucking use you.
told me that the black box didn't show nothing, which already I knew that's what they
that snapped them out of it. The black box didn't show nothing. Does that mean the black box didn't have any information, or does that mean the black box didn't have the information you were hoping for? Which is it?
going to come back and say just because that's what they told the news. It was a possibility that it may come back and show nothing. There's no way it didn't show nothing. They said, where Laney is only 12, 13 years old and such a small child, that maybe the impact wouldn't, but Laney wasn't a normal, small 13-year-old. Laney weighed 155 pounds and was 5'5".
She's 155. I thought she was like 90 pounds.
No. She weighed 155 pounds, was 5'5".
Oh, wow.
Yes. There's no, the evidence is on his car. Her whole body print is on the hood of that car. There's no possible way they can come back and not say he wasn't speeding. It's not possible. There's no way.
If the car's not moving at all and you weigh 155 pounds and you jump up in the air and come straight down on the fucking hood with your ass, you're going to leave a fucking dent just like that. The dent, because of the way the dent's in the horizontal hood, that's body coming up over and hitting the hood. It doesn't say anything about the fucking speed of the vehicle. It doesn't say one thing about the speed of the vehicle. If you wanted to calculate the speed of the vehicle from the accident, you would use the point of impact to the distance that the body was projected, not the dent on the fucking hood of the car. Now, a dent on the front end might give some evidence as to speed, but a dent on the top of the hood of the car, not giving any speed information. You dumb fox.
I mean, listen, I know that Jeff Racer did not intentionally hit and kill my baby.
All right, there you go. So you can stop throwing the fucking murder term around. And if it wasn't intentional, you just fucked up your case.
I know he didn't. But had he not been speeding and or paying attention to his mistress sitting...
No evidence he was speeding. No evidence the female is a mistress. That's just a narrative Chili made up. No evidence that he was distracted by her. all this shit is made up, and you think I'm being too harsh? What, does grief give you the license to ruin someone else's life? I'm not the one being harsh here. This lying bullshit is the harshness. And I don't care if she's grieving or not. She fucking lying. And she knows she's lying because she has no evidence. She wasn't there. She didn't see anything. She might be, some of this might be shit that someone told her and she's repeating it. But most of it, you can tell by the way the stories aren't consistent. Most of it is just shit that's made up as you go and then corrected in the next telling. I deal with it every fucking day.
Beside him, my baby would still be here. If he would have hit Laney going 35, 40, even 45 miles an hour, Laney would still be here. She would still be here. The children that were with her told me that he hit her so hard that she flew as high as the red lights.
Yeah, because children don't exaggerate, you know. And these children were drinking alcohol and smoking dope. So, you know, they're high and fucking, they're drunk and high. So, not a credible witness.
That's a pretty good ways from the ground. You know, the funeral home, which I thank God I didn't want to have an open casket for Laney, just because I know that I mentally couldn't handle walking in a funeral home and seeing her lay in the casket. But when the coroner or the funeral guy called me to tell me about Laney, told me that we couldn't have an open casket because Sissy's face would have to be reconstructed. That don't happen going at 35 miles an hour.
No, and you know what else it doesn't happen? It doesn't happen if your fucking 13-year-old daughter isn't out running the streets, smoking dope, drinking, and playing chicken with fucking cars. That's really, you know, all of this is prevented with proper parental supervision. All of the things you just said there, Opal, don't happen if your daughter, 13 years old, is inside the fucking house when the sun goes down. There's a reason why you bring your minor children inside after the sun goes down, because things start to get dangerous, and that's when you're most likely to run into an intoxicated person, a stoned person, or a predator. You're lucky your daughter was only hit and killed by a car. Because the way you're running, she could have been kidnapped and sold as a fucking sex slave, you dumb fuck. You gotta watch your fucking kids. You know why? Because at 13 years old, especially when you're drinking and getting high, you're not savvy enough, worldly enough, sophisticated enough, or experienced enough to tell a wolf like the Castro when he's stalking you.
That stuff just don't happen. It don't happen. And my baby would be here. I know she would be here. She would be here. She would be here. The kids that were with me told me that when Laney started across the street, that the headlights was up on the eighth, it was a good ways from Laney, a good ways. And said that she didn't even make it to, she didn't even 2 or 3 seconds, and he was on her. Said they didn't even get out run Laney. I mean, and then for him to get out of the police.
That's not the story the boy who was with her tells. He said they darted out into the street. The light was red. He said or yellow. They moved out into the street. The vehicle was coming. They ran back, and the brakes were locked up. The car was skidding when it struck Laney because the young boy, Logan, that was with her, said that if the car hadn't been skidding, it wouldn't have struck Laney. So, play stupid games. You've all said it 1,000,000 times. This little girl and her friend and her other friends, high, drunk, New Year's Eve weekend, running out, playing chicken with cars, running out into the crosswalk when the light was yellow, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Here's your brand new 2023 suede-lined coffin, young lady. This is what your deeds won you, and you can thank your beautiful mother for not supervising you and allowing you to be out here running around like an adult when you're only 13 years old. Worst fucking mother of 2023. You know, a lot of shit's going to have to go wrong for someone to take that fucking title away from you, Opal. So you got that going for you.
Police car and not even go check on her, and the neighbors that come out to try to help her, he's yelling, "Don't fucking touch her, don't fucking touch her."
We never heard.
You
We
know?
never heard that. You're saying
Oh,
now people have never.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't fucking touch her because she's dead, and now there needs to be an investigation done. So don't taint the fucking scene. Don't fucking touch her. And that probably wasn't the first time they needed to be told that.
Yes. One of the neighbors said when she heard the initial hit that she was expecting to come out and find a 2 or 3 car pileup. And when she come out, of course, she sees a baby.
That was not because of the sound of the impact. That was because of the screeching of the skidding of tires.
On the ground. She said her mother instincts kick in, and she goes to run to Laney, and he starts hollering, "Don't fucking touch her, don't fucking touch her." He does, however, go over to the kids that are standing on the side of the road, which were with Laney, and they're asking him, "Are you a police officer?" He tells them no. And then
He's not a police officer. He's a fucking deputy. And he's going to corral up the kids because they're the fucking witnesses and they don't want them. He doesn't want them running off. That's not what a fucking guilty guy does. Now, if he was guilty, if he was intoxicated and shit like that, he'd have run them fucking kids off fast as shit. He's there to keep them there because he didn't fucking do nothing wrong. But mommy gonna tell a different fucking story, and how with Chili's help gonna weave it into a way that helps the donations pour in.
they say, "Aren't you in that police car?" He again tells them no. You know, and for him not to even have enough respect to even try to say sorry. Look,
His fucking respect. You didn't have enough respect for your own daughter to keep her inside when you know, because you admitted it. You did the same shit when you were 13. You know about the sneaking about, and you know about the drinking, and you know about the fucking pot. And you didn't keep your daughter inside? It's a wonder she lived 13 fucking years. You shitbag fucking mother.
look, I fucked up. You know, I know he didn't intentionally hit that baby. I know he didn't. But his carelessness caused her to die. And for
Has
him,
anyone heard Opal here say that she fucked up by not properly parenting her child? Has anyone here heard Opal say that she fucked up by not letting anyone get to her child that was in possession of alcohol and drugs? I mean, why is it always somebody else's fault? Why is it always someone else's fault? Because you can't see that you're the one you're the first irresponsible person. She's out, 13 years old, 10:30 at night, drinking, smoking pot. You don't know where she is. You don't know what she's doing. You're her fucking parent. And you want to blame somebody else? Why? So you don't have to grieve? So you can focus on the fucking money?
him not to even say sorry to anybody, not to even care, to be out going to the Cleveland Browns game with his girlfriend.
Yeah, here's the thing. Any mental health professional will tell you after a traumatic event like this that it's important not to shut yourself off from the day-to-day activities. Don't hole yourself up in the fucking house, because that's how you wind up plunging into depression, you alone with your thoughts. That's how you wind up plunging into depression, and that's how you wind up a victim of suicide. That's how you wind up a victim of your own hand. Any mental health professional will tell you it's important after an event like this to keep your scheduled appointments and to follow as closely to your regular daily routine as possible. It is not cold, unkind, or anything like that for him to have gone to the Cleveland Browns game because he had it scheduled beforehand. And these tickets aren't fucking cheap. And any mental health professional will tell you, follow your regular routine. If you're up for it and you have get-togethers and events scheduled, go to them. Stay as long as you can tolerate it. Stay the whole time if you can. It's important to be around friends and family after events like this. So, again, you're trying to condemn a guy for doing something that any mental health professional would have advised he should do.
It's just sad. It's just sad. It's just sad.
So
It's
let me.
just sad.
I want.
And you see this fucking idiot Chevy with his little comment here? Let me get this down. So, I don't know how to get rid of that. They're right now on the screen. My comment over it is blocking it. There is. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Chevy is posting that Jeff Racer was what the fuck? Oh, I see. I'm not so tech savvy today. Maybe I've been at this a little too long. Wow, a lot of comments in the chat. So Chevy's in here saying that Jeff Racer ran red lights and reached speeds of 80 miles per hour. That's a complete fucking falsehood. Who the fuck is Chevy? Chevy don't know shit about shit. Chevy's the guy who makes up new song lyrics to baffle Chili, which isn't hard to fucking do. I mean, you could put three blind mice, see how they run. That's the lyrics. You could put three yellow cabs, see how they sit, and Chili couldn't figure out it was three fucking blind mice. These fucking people.
Through that again. So what you're saying is that when he hit Laney, she flew up as high as the stoplights. So just
that is what her friends told me. Yes,
so
they told me that she flew as high as the stoplights.
To picture your loved one getting hit by a car like that and flying high as a stoplight, and then she lands in Morgan Gall's front yard, and then
a block down the street.
These are the moments that we hadn't gotten yet, Opal, and that you're filling in the blanks for the people listening now. I don't think very many people have heard this right here. So then you're telling me that the reports you're getting is that Jeff Racer gets out of his car after he's catapulted this girl across the world, and he screams, "Don't effing touch her."
Yep. I personally haven't heard that. I didn't hear that, of course, but the neighbors, Morgan Gall and another woman, yes, they say that is what he said. Don't effing touch her.
Don't effing touch her. And he's screaming at the high school kids, don't effing touch her.
Yeah, dude, because he's got to manage a bunch of fucking kids that are drunk and high. Wake the fuck up.
Yep.
Okay, and then what's the rest of the report here? Because I just wanted you to get that all out, but I wanted to go chronological order here. He screams, "Don't effing touch her," and then what happens in the next few seconds of reports that you're getting? Did the kids run up and check on her, or who checks on her right away?
Her little friend Sam did, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I think her little friend Sam did. And when EMS and the police officers arrived, they try to get Sam away from Laney, and of course Sam has a fit, and they have to restrain her and stuff. But I do know that Jeffrey Racer himself walked up to the two little boys that was with Laney and said he was not a police officer and he was not in a police cruiser.
How do you fucking know that? You weren't there. That's called hearsay. The two little boys, again, unidentifiable witnesses. You say they said. You can't say anything for 100% sure, and you can't corroborate any fucking story. License to fucking lie.
Okay. And then, so Jeff Racer, from your reports, though, never walks up and looks at the human being that
He
hit
never
in his
checked
car.
on my
He
baby.
walked
Never.
up.
Nope. No,
He never once checked on her that she knows of. She wasn't there. She didn't talk to everyone that was there. More fucking license to lie bullshit. This woman wasn't there. She didn't get there till hours after what she's talking about now. And like this whole grieving, she's grieving, should I really be talking this way about her? Everybody who's talking to her feels the same way, that you guys are saying that to me, and I understand it, but nobody's telling this woman the truth. Nobody's going to dare tell this woman that her child was playing chicken in the fucking road or that her child was drunk and high, because they were doing it too and they don't want to get in trouble, so they ain't saying it. And the older kids who know, they're not saying it because, quote unquote, it's not appropriate to tell the mom that. So then you what? You let the mom live in this fucking delusion and blame a guy that has no fault. No fault.
never checked on her. Never. Never even walked over to her. Nope.
So then the kids check on her, and then what are the reports you get? So if he didn't walk up, because the first thing a good person would do is run up and check on the person who could be dead, and he doesn't do that. What are the reports? What happens? There's some screaming and yelling with the kids and Jeff Racer, and then what happens next from what you've been told?
That another police officer comes in and takes him away from the scene.
From what she's been told. Who fucking told her this? Did the people that tell her this, were they even there? Or are they people that heard stories from other fucking people? And now they're telling her what she wants to hear because they don't want to be the bearer of bad news. This is all just fucking kangaroo public opinion, hearsay fucking nonsense. And who's fucking leading the parade? Chile de Castro. Can't trust a word of it.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe he got away from the scene before first responders even arrived. The state police are saying that. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Opal. Yeah, I can hear you. The state police are saying what?
They're saying that they give him 2 breathalyzer tests on the scene. Well, for one, when does anybody ever get 2 breathalyzer tests? Why wasn't one?
Nobody does. You get a breathalyzer, you go down to the station, and then you get, you blow in a different machine, and then you get blood drawn if they think you're on drugs, or if you want to contest, you can get a blood draw. So there's probably a breathalyzer on the scene by the sheriff's department. And then the troopers did their own breathalyzer, because the sheriff's department, I believe, showed up before the troopers did. So they probably immediately breathalyzed them. Smart fucking move, good thing to do, right thing to do. And the sheriff's probably told the troopers, hey, we already breathalyzed them, and the troopers said, we're the fucking ones doing the investigation, we're going to breathalyze them. So you have 2 independent breathalyzed tests. They want to cast doubt on it somehow. There's no reason to cast doubt on it. You have 2 different tests, probably administered by 2 different people. That's better than 1 test. Why the fuck would you be bitching about a better result?
Breathalyzer good enough. So that don't even make sense. And to take him away from the scene and
See, that don't even make sense. The fuck are you, Daisy Duke from some corny fucking television show? It makes sense. 2 tests are better than 1 test, especially if the 2 tests show similar results and not divergent results. The 2 breathalyzer tests, 2 independent people, same result. Good, that's good, that's good. Then on top of it, you draw blood to make sure there's no lingering alcohol in the blood that didn't show up in the breathalyzer, because the alcohol stays in the blood system longer than it does on your breath. Then you also draw blood to make sure he's not on any kind of drugs. And there's no indication he was impaired at all. But that doesn't help with the fucking wrongful death lawsuit. So again, we got to beat the fucking guy up and cast aspersions on everyone because the results aren't what Mom and Chili wanted or planned on. So they have a contingency plan to talk shit about everything, which is all Chili's good at. I mean, if you want to talk shit about something, call Chili DeCastro. That's about all he can fucking do. And all he does is fucking doubt everything. Oh, 2 tests, that's worse. No, 2 tests is better than 1 test. But you just want to say, no one gets 2 tests, so that must be worse. No, 2 tests is better than 1 test. The fuck are you fucking... You got a fucking hillbilly and Chili. Chili and a hillbilly.
do a field sobriety. If that was one of us, we wouldn't have been taken away from the scene. We would have been made to do it there. And why make him do a field sobriety if his breathalyzer come back 0.0?
Again, more tests, better. Not worse, more tests, better. All tests, same result, best possible outcome. I understand, not for you, hillbilly and Chili, but good for the officer. And you should start changing your fucking attitude and your tactics before your bullshit comes back to kick you in the fucking ass, sweetie.
It don't make any sense.
Opal, if you or I kill somebody, if I kill somebody in my car, what will happen to me is they won't just breathalyzer me. They will rush me down to the hospital, or they will bring out on the spot a team to check my blood to see if I have any sort of alcohol or barbiturates in my blood, methamphetamines of any kind. And what would happen is, after they checked my blood, they would then determine whether or not I had barbiturates, methamphetamines, or alcohol in my system, and then that would be publicized to the press. They would tell the press, this is what was in this man's blood. Did any of those steps happen at all whatsoever?
That bloody nut Ella, great comment. Yeah, if she's working off personal experience, she's probably only ever been, at the times when she was breathalyzed, it was probably only one time because she was so fucking drunk. She blew the breathalyzer off the chart and they didn't have to bother doing a fucking another one. Dumb fuck.
That I know of. Only thing that they mentioned was 2 breathalyzers and a field sobriety, which was not done. It was not done. I mean, it may have been done later.
Wasn't done, says the woman who was never fucking there because she's too irresponsible to have a driver's license. And her sister chose not to go get her. Maybe because she was too fucked up to be at the scene. You know, your sister didn't go and get you. Your sister knows exactly what's going on. She claims to have been there within minutes of the death of your daughter, and she did not come to get you. And the police, she's saying that the police wouldn't let her leave is bullshit. If the police wouldn't let her leave, then she must have been under arrest. Because if she's not under arrest, they can't hold her there. And if she had been placed under arrest, she would be bitching about it. So the whole story that she couldn't leave is bullshit. And the reason she probably didn't leave to go get the sister, and Daddy had to go get her hours later because she was too fucked up to be present. Which is why she wasn't watching her fucking child. Which is why she probably planned to get that fucked up because it's New Year's Eve weekend. So she shuffled her child off on some other person, thinking that person would take up her parental responsibilities. Good fucking job, worst mom of 2023, Opal Slone.
Yeah.
But the breathalyzer was not done on the scene of the accident. It was not done. Period. It wasn't done.
I think I'm gonna have to buy the premium.
It wasn't done.
Yeah, I can't really picture a cop telling another cop, okay, go foot over foot 9 steps this way and then 9 steps. I can't really picture that. And for every report she's getting, it never happened. So then they whisk him off the scene, and then you told me about the pandemonium you went through, and now there's a little bit of information here that you said a second ago that I heard that a lot of people, I know I'd never heard it before, a lot of people hear. So then the next day or the day after that, you're telling me that Jeff Racer goes to a Browns football game?
Yep.
Which day is this? He kills Laney on the 30th. Then the 31st
Yes,
is New Year's Eve. There's a rally.
Right. I think he took his girlfriend to, I think it was that weekend, the weekend coming up.
The Browns game over New Year's 2023. So 7 days ago from today. So that means that does anybody know that?
Unlocked. The mother actually said they were walking up the middle of the road chanting, "Fuck the police."
The date of that Browns game, if you could look that up for me. So now the 31st, you guys have a beef with the cops. They shut down the rally. They put tape everywhere. And then the 1st, you go out there. Is that the day? Is that the day when 30th December 2022? Is that when you find out that Jeff has gone to a football game? Because Sunday is going to be the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible he went to that Browns game on December 31st?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We wasn't told about it until the following weekend.
Right.
We didn't hear about the game until the following weekend. I'm pretty sure that her the girlfriend Hannah, her birthday is one day in January, and that's why they went to the Cleveland Browns is her favorite team.
And so any mental health professional will tell you, after an event like this, stick to your normal routine. If you had social get-togethers planned before this happened, if you're able to do it, go and do it. Don't force yourself to do it, but if you're able to do it, go and do it. After you get there, if you're feeling uncomfortable, then you can leave. But it's important to maintain your normal routine and go to pre-scheduled social meetings. You want to keep your life as normal as possible after traumatic events. It's totally normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary that this guy went to a football game with the person that was in the vehicle with him. Girlfriend, not girlfriend, I don't fucking care. From what I've heard, him and his wife had split up before this event happened. So the whole mistress thing and the rest of that shit is just a fucking cast another fucking shadow on this guy. Enough with beating the fucking guy up. Why don't you focus on your own failures before you start throwing shit at other people? Please Focus on your own failures. Worst parent of 2023. Opal Sloan.
Forgive me, I don't give a shit what her favorite team is. But so they went to the football game. He went out in public and cheered and celebrated and had a great time with the girl who won't come forward and tell us what bars they went to, how many drinks they had. If she believes he had too much to drink. So it's just so shocking to me. It's just so absolutely shocking. And this whole week you're going through the remorse and the regret and the guilt and the pain and the anger of losing your daughter, and this guy's going to a football game.
To a football game. Yep.
You know, Jeff Racer, I know.
Sue Me makes a great point, and that's kind of what's behind my attitude toward this. It's all about the mom. It's all about the aunt. It's all about the death of Laney. There's a young boy here. Enough with your fucking grandstanding and continuing the pain and the heartache. Keep things normal. It's not normal to run a fundraiser for a dead person. It's not normal to go on YouTube and talk about how your daughter was killed. It's not normal. You're just increasing and elongating the traumatic period for her brother. Sue Me makes a great point. And focus on your bloody son too, woman. He will be hurting. I'm telling you, if she continues, if she doesn't make a fucking change, if she doesn't make a change, years from now, not too many, a few years from now, we're going to hear about this kid getting shot by fucking police. Or a horrible accident with this kid too, resulting in his death or his long-term incarceration. I hope that there's a mental health professional out there that's reaching out to Laney's younger brother. Please, DCF, get fucking involved and make sure that that boy is okay. Because he was upset enough by the fact that his sister wouldn't be there to celebrate his birthday with him. He was upset about that already. Now he's never going to see his sister again. And all mom and auntie give a fuck about is how much Chili DeCastro can get for them. It's fucking horrible.
I know that you're certainly getting reports, and I know that all those filthy coppers that work with you certainly watch my channel. Let me just tell you something, Jeff. You're never going to outrun me. The internet will chase you wherever you go.
Outrun you, you little faggot. You're hiding at your sister's house. You rump-riding little fucking queerbait. You a hiding little fucking snitch. You ain't chasing anybody anywhere. And you go chase him. It's a perfect time to fucking take your ass out, because the easiest thing to hunt is something that thinks it's got to hunt on someone else. I'll wait for you to do some dumb shit like that, and I will fucking blindside you. I'm going to come get you, Chili. I'm going to fucking come get you. I will crowdsource it. I will fund it. I got the guys to do it. I'll fucking come get you, you little dick. If anybody knows where this fuckhead is or sights him or sees him, let me know, please.
I will hunt you down wherever you go.
I will hunt you down, Chili DeCastro, wherever you go. To your mommy's house, to your sister's house, to your gay lover David Condon's house, to your cokehead buddy Jeff Lloyd's house. I will hunt you down, Chili DeCastro, you pussy faggot.
Constantly expose you as the murderer that you are, the manslaughter that you are. You certainly.
I will expose you as the kitty diddler you are, the shower of young girls in their underwear. I will expose you as the malcontent you are. I will hunt you down, Chili de Weirdo.
Manslaughter. And if I had done that, or Jonathan Mitchell Music, or Scrubzilla, or Robert Ellis, or Here's the Deal, or You Have Rights.
They're all involved in your shit too. Maybe I'll grab them too. Rights on first.
Ruth Toner.
Fuck, if I'm bringing you back to Oregon, Ohio, I can swing by and get a slice of pie at Rights on Mom's place and have a little fucking talk with his mother about what a shitbag he is. You fucking retard.
Charles, if any of these people, if Gloria, if any of us hit a little girl on December 30th, and there was a discrepancy of how fast I
If any one of my friends manufactured GHB and gave it to young women in a bar to take advantage of them, Chili, like you did, I would hunt you down. Here I come.
was driving, I would be in jail. I'd be in jail right now. I'd be in jail right now.
You were in jail, snitch bag. You snitched to get out of jail. You were in jail. You said you were in jail. And your greatest fear is to go back to fucking jail. Because you showed that video of the little white boy and the big African-American guy. And what you were doing was communicating to the world how traumatized you were when you were in jail, which is why you started fucking snitching, boy. Because you didn't go when you got hit for when you got no knock rated and you got hit for intent to distribute, manufacture and intent to distribute. They didn't take you down to the police station, print you, book you, and let you go. You went into the fucking jail. What were you in there? A day, 2 days before your bond hearing, and you're so 2 days, and you're so fucking afraid to go back there. You're so afraid. Chicken shit little weasel. You ain't chasing anyone down. You a chicken shit little weasel. You hiding in your fucking sister's basement or your mommy's house. I'll go to your mother's house first, Shelly. I'll go to your mother's house first because I want to have a little talk with her. I want to explain to her why I'm going to bring you back to be incarcerated. Then I'm going to go to your sister's house. But first I'm going to talk to your brother-in-law because he probably going to scoop you up by that fucking flappy little turkey neck of yours and drag you out of the fucking house for me. If you at your sister's house, I know your brother-in-law will drag you the fuck out of there. I don't even have to worry about coming in and getting you. Your brother-in-law will fucking bring you out because he don't fucking want you there. We all know that shit. Your family fucking hates you. I'll use your family to get you.
So,
Well,
Jeff Racer, you're... Go ahead.
That's like the police officer in Louisiana who was really in pursuit.
This is not the same thing at all. Hot pursuit, high-speed chases. This guy that got arrested either violated a maximum speed amount that that particular police department or municipality has set, or dispatch called him off the chase and told him to hold back, and he did not. So again, you're not getting all the facts on this one.
Who accidentally hit another vehicle and killed them girls. You know, they come and arrested him the next day for negligence homicide. And my baby was hit by some careless man out partying, or maybe he wasn't partying. I don't know. And either way, I don't care if he was drunk or sober.
Was partying, wasn't partying. She doesn't know. She doesn't care if he was drunk or sober. If you don't care, then why you been talking all this shit about the guy? You backtracking all of a sudden.
He wasn't. He was speeding. He was speeding, paying attention to anything but what he should have been paying attention to. And killed
Chili
him.
got her back on script. He's nodding at her. Come on, we rehearse this. Get with it. Say he was speeding. Say he was speeding. No proof he was speeding. There's no witness that says he was speeding. All the initial stories that Chili told have turned out to be bullshit. He was not intoxicated. He was not running his emergency lights to move through red lights. He had a green light. Laney and her friends were intoxicated, smoking weed, and darting out into the road playing chicken with cars. Every fucking thing DeCastro told you was a lie. And this mother of the year, 2023, worst mom alive, is going to back up all Chili's original lies. Because they've been talking and rehearsing this from the fucking minute it happened.
Her. And for one, he's not even supposed to have a passenger in his police cruiser with him. He doesn't just have his mistress in his police car. They say, he was going to fill up his car. Well, he passed 10 gas stations.
Goes back.
Who cares how many gas stations he passed? It's the police department. They probably have a contract with a particular station, and he doesn't have the option to go wherever he wants. Use your fucking head, you dumb fuck. But you don't know nothing about nothing because you can't even drive a fucking car.
Yeah, sure, coming from Ona.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why was he going to the West End to fill up gas? This is what I think. I think they left the bar, and he was going home, taking Hannah home in Proctorville, Ohio. That's what I think.
Who cares if he left a bar? He wasn't intoxicated. Maybe the young lady had a drink or two. He didn't have the driver didn't have a drink. He wasn't intoxicated. Maybe I don't drink. I haven't drank in decades. I still go to bars. If I have an accident leaving the parking lot of a bar, you can't assume I was drinking because I don't drink alcohol. I go to bars because I know a lot of bars that have really good food. So just because you're at a bar doesn't mean you were drinking. I know plenty of people that don't fucking drink, that go to bars and get a bite to eat. Plenty.
Or going home himself, one of the two. You know, because he left his wife, so who knows where he's staying. But to be down that far, he wasn't going to get gas. Ain't nobody in their right mind going to go.
Who knows where he's staying? It's none of your fucking business. And as far as where anybody's staying, you an adult with a kid living at your fucking mommy's house. You're not even an adult. You're a kid with a kid, you fucking kid. You're a fucking kid. No responsibility. You don't take responsibility. You don't show responsibility. That's what a fucking adult baby is. I'll bet that your mother, the grandmother, has to do your laundry, your children's laundry, and change their fucking beddings because you too fucking irresponsible to do anything.
Fill up their car off the clock, not being paid for at 10:30 at night. That's not going to happen.
See, Opal, that's a perspective that none of us could have because,
it's a perspective that none of us could have because it was just made up on the spot. Why do you pass gas stations to get gas? Think about it. If you're low on gas and you need gas when you're driving, do you just stop at the first available gas station? I don't. I got a gas station near my house that I hit all the time because they got a great cup of coffee. I got another gas station closer to the area where I work because the gas is cheap there. And when you get closer to the metro areas, gas gets fucking expensive. So, there's a bunch of reasons to drive by gas stations and not get gas. You're just making shit up. No one just pulls over at the first available gas station when they're low on gas. No one does that. But, of course, she doesn't drive because she's not responsible enough to hold a fucking driver's license. So, she lives in a fucking fantasy world.
99% of the in the room from there, they don't understand the layout. So what she's saying is his bullshit story was that he was going to the West End to get gasoline for his cruiser. But what Opal has explained to us, that from where he went to the place he said he was going to get gas, there was 10 gas stations there. He could have pulled over to any gas station. But what Opal's saying is he was out.
Chili himself doesn't do that. This is fucking bullshit. Everything this guy does, you're going to put it under a microscope and make up a reason why he should have done something differently. Here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal, Chili. I'm going to lay it out for you. If worst mother of the fucking year, Opal Slone, had taken responsibility for the welfare of her minor child at the tender age of 13 and had her inside at dark, she wouldn't have been there to get hit. There you go. It's that fucking simple. You don't have to make up all these 50 fucking bullshit stories about one guy to hide the fact that the mother didn't do her fucking job. Opal Slone, 2023, worst mother of the year. And you know something? I'll go even further on a limb. Laney Hudson is probably better off at this point in her life. Because who knows what amount of fucking drug-induced, nonsensical misery was waiting tomorrow for her.
Cruising, having a good time with his side piece, and he was rallying through a town at 80, 85, 90 miles an hour, and he shouldn't have been. Whether or not he was drunk, Laney was drunk, no matter what, he's doing 2.5 or 3 times the speed limit. This is where the outrage comes. You guys have heard me that a lot of the speed limit laws are crap. Oh, if you're speeding inside of a town and not on a freeway, doing 95, 75 is a lot different doing 85 on a 30 or 35 mile an hour road in town where there's going to be kids running up and down the streets. That is the social contract.
You know, and even if, okay, let's say I was going to the West End to get gas, why he would sheets and barbecue.
Haley, part of our social contract is this. Until your child turns 18, the parent is personally responsible for the doings of the child. Okay? That's why you supervise children, because we can be held liable for their behavior. This woman not supervising her children, acting irresponsibly by allowing her 13-year-old daughter to be out on a holiday weekend at 10:30 at night playing chicken in the road with 2-ton vehicles after she'd been smoking marijuana and drinking. And Mom's excuse was, oh, I thought I had dumped my responsibility to supervise her on someone else.
And sheets and Speedway to go to the West End, sheets or Speedway. Why didn't he take the interstate? Why was he going through town?
Well, I mean,
You
I
know?
think you know what.
Again, we're going to do why. There's only one fucking why question. There's only one why question to be answered here. Why wasn't she home after dark? That's the only why question to be answered. That's the only question why that really needs to be answered. Why wasn't Laney Hudson home celebrating her younger brother's birthday after dark at 13 years of age? Here's another question. Let's go a second why question. Why is this mother such an irresponsible bag of shit? Yeah? Why?
He was rallying with his chick and having a good time in the cop car. You know,
I believe he took his cop car because that way he wouldn't get pulled over. And, just happened to,
He took his cop car. So you're going to learn something about the mind of the mother here. He took his cop car because then he wouldn't be pulled over. He could shake his responsibilities. Laney was dumped off on some other adult to supervise her so Mom wouldn't have to take her responsibilities. You see, she's going to fucking confess here. She's going to confess with the why about the officer. The officer took his squad car so he wouldn't have to be responsible for being inebriated or speeding. And Mom dumped the daughter off. She's showing her thinking pattern. Mom dumped the daughter off on someone else so the parenting responsibility for that day wouldn't be a burden on her.
I don't know.
Well, Opal, we're going to be here for you. I'm going to be here the whole way. And whether these coppers like it or not, I'll never stop. We'll never stop. Jeff Racer, you're not going to be a cop again. And if you are, I'll go to where you become a copper. And I'll get the high school kids to rally against you. I'm never going to let you get away, Jeff. You're going to have to come up with another job. Something for yourself. Maybe you should do some repentance here. Some repentance. Maybe you should make amends, Jeff Racer. I don't think it's possible. You took away this woman's daughter. The core energy life.
Chili, I don't think it's possible that you have an outstanding warrant in Ironton, Oregon, Ohio, both places, and you say you're a man of law and order. Why don't you take responsibility, surrender yourself for your warrants? Why are you asking people why they don't do what you think they should do when you don't do what you say you should do? You keep claiming to be a man of law and order. You have 2 warrants against you. You keep claiming to be a nonviolent person. Look what you did when Dan Clemente showed up in the street and challenged you to a fight in a gym. You lost your fucking mind. Why don't you, Chili, live up to the fucking standard that you try to set for everyone else? Because you can't achieve it. And if you can't achieve your own standard, you have no business applying it to anyone else. You're just a fucking little imp hypocrite.
Force of the family. You saw her singing and dancing. You took away somebody that can't be replaced. And now the big cover-up with the Cobble County Sheriff. What's that Cobble County Sheriff's name again? Someone told me his name yesterday.
Did you think about that shit at all, Chili, when you were dosing girls with GHB? Did you think about the potential you had to kill somebody? Did you think about the long-term traumatic effects of taking advantage of a young lady or young boy after you dosed their drink with GHB or had one of your bartender buddies do it? Because that's how you got fucking caught, shit dick. You didn't get caught because you were doing it at the gym. You got caught because you were doing it out in public. And if you hadn't have been that douchebag, you probably wouldn't have got caught. But you did do that shit. And somebody didn't like it that you did it to their sister. Somebody didn't like it that you did it to their sister. And that's how you got on the fucking scope of the fucking police. And you guilty as fucking sin, doing it all. Everything with that GHB shit that you were accused of, Chili, you did. You did. And you weaseled out from under it by getting a $50,000 lawyer to cut a plea deal for you to snitch in return. You fucking snitch.
Chuck Zirkle?
Zirkle. Chuck Zirkle.
Yep.
Is that Zerkel? Is that right?
Yep.
Have you been able to talk to Chuck Zirkle? Have you been able to talk to the sheriff at all?
Yes, I have actually. We rallied at the courthouse, and I asked to speak to him, and he comes downstairs. Remind you, I have somebody with me recording this conversation. He walks in the door, and he says, "Can I help you, ma'am?" And I said, "I'm just wondering why no."
Where's the fucking recording? Why are you talking about it? Show the fucking recording. You didn't record it. You're full of shit. There's more of that bullshit. The backup that you say is there ain't there. Show the fuck. If you had that recording, Chili would have fucking shown it by now. You fucking liar.
Law enforcement has reached out to me even when my daughter passed away. He has this smirk on his face, says, "Well, I don't know, ma'am. You have to ask the state police that." I said, "Listen, the state police didn't kill my daughter. You guys did." And
so in this video right now, here's the deal posts. Imagine if every auditor, this is on the screen, Chili chose to put this up. Imagine if every auditor put this out on their channel, how much we could collect for the family. This is all about fucking money. It's not about the death of a daughter. That's why this woman is a fucking shitbag, because it's all about fucking money. How much we could collect.
And the person that was with me, she was like, "Did you just laugh at her?"
Oh, hey, here's the deal. Thanks for throwing your fucking little queerbag boss under the bus. You the best. Here's the deal. You a good fucking man throwing Chili under the bus like that. Chili don't even know that you a fucking troll.
He's like, "No, I didn't laugh at her." She was like, "Would you like to see it? Because you're on recording." So then he gets upset, and I'm like, I say something about Jeff being paid. And I said, while I'm out trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for this baby's funeral, he's being paid for doing it.
He's on paid
Yes,
leave?
he's on. Yes.
Oh, Chili's so stunned and shocked. He already knows this because Chili talks about the police union all the time. They have a negotiated contract. They don't have a choice. They have to put them on administrative leave, which is paid leave. But that doesn't mean you're sitting at home watching fucking TV. That means you give up your gun and your badge, or you go in and you do grunt work inside the fucking building. That means you're not out at access to the public. That means you're fucking pulling boxes, filing papers, going through shit. It's shitty fucking work. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. And nobody wants to be at that point in their fucking career. And Chili knows it. He'll sit here and act like he's surprised, but he fucking knows it. He knows it because he's talked about it before.
Yes, and he says, "Well, ma'am, that's just something that we do." And I said,
"This is such a broken system."
I said, "Wasn't you?"
The system's not broken. This is the way it's pre-negotiated. This way, every dickhead can't come along and make a bullshit accusation and get a cop sent home without getting paid, because once that starts happening, nobody's going to be a fucking cop anymore. If you can't get a regular paycheck, you might as well go do something else, like fucking sauce pizzas at Wright's On's mommy's place, or put cardboard boxes together. Because that's what Wright's On does all day. Because he can't get a fucking job with anybody but his mommy.
Involved in an accident last year where you hit and killed an elderly man? Yes, ma'am, I was. But he pulled out in front of me. Of course he did. Of course you T-boned him, but okay, we'll say he pulled out in front of you. So then he looked at me and asked me if I even had Laney. And I'm like, what? Why would you ask me that? Yes, I have Laney. What do you mean? So anyways, I'm upset by this time and I'm acting a little bit silly. And so my brother's trying to get me out of the office. And before I leave, he pats me on the arm and says, ma'am, I hope
You're acting so stupid that your own brother's trying to get you out of there. He's not in it with you. You're past the point of fucking dumb, and your brother doesn't want to be involved in it, so he's trying to get you the fuck out of there. Which is pretty much the way you've acted every time you've interacted with the fucking police, and you keep telling about it, and then you wonder why nobody wants to cooperate with you or fucking help you. Because you act like a shitbag to everyone, you dumb fuck.
you never experience a tragic accident.
Yeah. Look, Chili's all surprised. What should he have said? I hope you experience a tragic accident. See, Mom didn't experience a tragic accident. The deputy, the woman in the passenger seat, and the girl who got hit, they experienced a tragic accident. Mom was home taking a hot shower and passing out from whatever fucking intoxicants or drugs she consumed. Mom didn't experience a tragic accident. Her daughter did. So what the sheriff is saying is, I hope something like this never happens to you personally. What's shocking him? Chili's going to act all outraged. Hey, you know something, Chili? I hope nobody ever puts a GHB in your fucking drink like you did to other people. You can act shocked about that.
When after Laney's been killed, he says this to you?
Yes.
So let me take a step back. So when the sheriff laughed at you, your friend was recording that and they have it on video?
Yes. Yes.
I want that video clip. Can you?
How come Chili hasn't gotten it yet? If Chili had that video, he'd be playing it all over the place right now. All over the place. That video doesn't exist. It's a bullshit lie.
Whoever that friend was, I'm sure that they might be watching this. I want that video clip. I want to show how we get Zirkle out of being the sheriff. And by the way, it doesn't matter if we change him out. The next guy coming in will be just as big of a copper tyrant thug.
That's why I haven't broken you yet, Chili, because another douchebag like you will just show up. And you're fairly predictable, which is why you're getting kind of boring. So, it might be time to do the big fucking reveal and fucking cakewalk this thing right out of fucking town. Crowdfund it, grab a couple of the guys I know who are licensed bounty hunters, nothing illegal, and we'll just come and scoop you up. How's that sound, Chili? Game over. It's time to end this bullshit. I'm coming to get you. I really think I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask around and make sure people won't hate me if I break the fucking toy. And then I'm going to crowdsource the capture and caging of Jose Maria de Castro, a.k.a. Nutless Chilito. Yeah, make that face, Chili. That's the right face.
Pig, because there's no justice in America because there's no checks and balances.
You're right, Chili. There's not enough justice. I wouldn't say no justice. There's not enough justice. Maybe you're right, too. There aren't enough checks and balances because nobody checking you and nobody balancing your bullshit. Keep making the fucking argument that it's time to come get you off the fucking street, Chili. Please keep making the argument. I'm going to call my neighborhood buddies and bring 8, 9 fucking guys I used to run around the neighborhood with. Not to do anything. We're just going to stand off to the side and laugh at how fucking dumb you are. When my guys cuff you, they're going to not only cuff you behind the back, but they're going to ankle cuff you, and then they're going to bend your legs up, and they're going to short chain cuff you from the wrists to the ankles. And you're going to stay that fucking way from the West Coast to Oregon, Ohio. And if you piss your pants or shit yourself, I'm just going to pull into a fucking U-Serve car wash, pull you out. I'm going to hose the plastic seat out in the back, and I'm going to hose you the fuck down, and then I'm going to put you back in the fucking car, and I'm going to keep driving on very bumpy dirt roads.
If we go back to Montesquieu's book, The Spirit of Laws, it's all about checks and balances. The entire Constitution is written based off the Spirit of Laws, published in 1750, 1751. The book Spirit of Laws is about checks and balances. And we don't have any in this law enforcers. I lost her.
No, you didn't. You hung up on her on purpose, you fucking little scumbag, because she wasn't getting the story right.
I lost her. You know, let's everybody throw in a couple bucks. You know, I put in $8 yesterday. I'm gonna put in $8 more because there's 200 people in here.
Woohoo! High roller chili got $8. Yeah, 2 days in a row. High roller chili at $8. 2 days in a row. That's $16 total. And a day or two before that, he gave $50. Chili's invested in this for $66. $66, man. There's a lot of fucking money for chili. There's a lot of money for chili. There's a lot of money for Rights On, too. That would buy maybe 3 pizzas at Rights On's place. Probably 4 or 5 at Rights On's place. He not a $20 pizza guy. He more like an $11.99 pizza guy. $66 chili. You should get yourself to $666. You all in for $8 today. Ooh, you high fucking roller chili.
And if I can get 100 people to match me that $8, then I want you guys to match me. And I'm gonna. I don't.
Guess what? He couldn't get anyone to match the fucking $8.
A lot of money. I've literally donated hundreds of dollars this month to different people, and I'm not rich, but I'm gonna throw in another $8. We're at 2,234 with 204 donations, and just so you guys know, about 60 of those people are from us, from this channel right here. People jumped in, and so.
Every single morning, I take a cannabis gummy and go for a walk. You're probably wondering how.
I'm going to throw in another $8. I did $8 yesterday. I did $50 last week, and I'm going to do another $8 yesterday. They can have a 10% tip, so it'll be $9 or something like that. If someone wants to match me, that would be amazing. I would really. Chevy just put that in. I'm going to add that 50 that Chevy just sent me right there. We only get about half of the money, so I'm going to put 25 plus my 8. So my
the whole fucking Cash App thing, it's so easy to do a Cash App. First off, he didn't show nothing, so you don't know if Chevy actually gave anything. But on the Cash App thing, if I Cash App you $20, I can 10 minutes later, right after the broadcast, Cash App $20 back to you. That's such a fucking that's called priming the pump. And it's an easy con. You know, if you're selling something on the street vendor style, which is really what Chili's doing, is street vendor style selling. What you do is you have a friend who comes up to buy something. Because nobody wants to be the first. Because nobody wants to be the sucker that gets taken. So you have a friend or two say, hey, man, that's a deal at that price. Give me 2 of them. That's the fucking game. That's what's going on here with the fucking match me shit.
Donation now turns into 32. Please donate directly to Laney. Thank you for the super chat, Chevy. I appreciate you. But please, everybody, donate directly to Laney's family, directly through the GoFundMe. If you want to donate through me, then send me through Venmo or Cash App. And but let's if I throw in another, because I'm going to give Chevy's money to Laney's family. So that's I'm going to go up here, 25.33. That's $33 right there. I'm going to bring that down to $1.65. So. There that is. Anybody wants to, so Chevy put in 25, I put in 8. There's Chevy's money right there. And I'm only looking for someone to match me $5 to $10, and that's 225 people in here. I'm looking. Bruce just matched me. Anybody else want to match me? Let me shut this. Let me stop sharing so I can put my credit card information in, and just give me 15 seconds here to get my card information in.
Why does he always have to keep putting his card information in? Because every time he does it, he said, this is the 3rd time he's donated. He did 50, he did 8, he's doing 8 again. Every time he does it, there's an option that says save card for future donations. And he acts like he checks it, but every time he's got to do it. There's something really fucking fishy going on there.
Okay, 1 second. I believe it's... I think that's my CV. That is my CV. Okay, cool. Right there. Save my card for future donations.
There you go. He's trying to get you to do that. He's not doing that.
Okay, let me share this again so you guys can watch this go through. Is someone going to match me here? Let's get this matched for Laney right there. So we got that right there.
There's a thing popped up. You probably can't see it because my comments are ahead of it. But Jeebus Crisp just popped in the message in the thing. It says, struggling to pay bills, but sent 5 to family. Isn't Jeebus Crisp the guy who fucking filed an affidavit against him? Like, even the fucking retards can't stay away from this guy. You're a sad fucking person if you get taken by DeCastro and then you come back to get taken a fucking second time.
Matched for Laney right there. So we got that right there. There's Chevy's right there. Vincent just threw in some. So let me get this donation sent through. I'm going to donate this now.
Big mistake. Vincent Photography sent $100 on the super chat. That money ain't ever gonna fucking make it to Laney.
There it is. I'm gonna copy this link right here. Forgive me. This is kind of tough. It's kind of tough. So here that is. Okay, right there. Adam just threw in 50. Kenneth Rice threw in $30 5 hours ago. Michael Dolan threw in $5 19 hours ago. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. There's Chevy and I right there. There that is. DLZ Clips, do me a favor. Write down each one of these super chats so I can do them all at once at the end. Thank you, Justice for Michael Jr. I appreciate that. So God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. So what I'd like everybody to do is donate directly to Laney's family. That's what I would like to do. If you could please put the money right into their GoFundMe. If you can. Return to fundraiser. There it is right there. So now we got some more money coming in for this family. You just heard Opal. They don't come from a lot. They just come from a little. So if you guys could please donate. Throw in $5, $10, $15, $20, $25. Chevy, you are a mensch. I'll tell you that, man. You are a mensch.
Have you ever wished that you could have like your own personal arcade hall in your own?
It's just let me see what this looks like on the share page here. So there that is right there, guys. If I put in $8, I'm looking for 200 people to match me $5 to $10. I'm looking for 200 people to match me with $5 or $10. That's what I'm looking for. So do me a favor, go directly to the GoFundMe. DLZ Clips has put it down in there. The best way we can support these people is by helping them right now financially. And I have no problem at all whatsoever putting my face and my name on the line, because your job, from my perspective, as a human being, is to be giving and loving and compassionate and help other people. Now, I'm a deep empath. I don't expect you to break down crying at sappy movies.
You're not a fucking deep empath at all. And if you cry at sappy movies, it's because you're a bitch. It's not because you're empathetic. You don't have feelings, Chili DeCastro. The only feelings you have are for yourself. That's why you looking at yourself all the time.
I do, but I do expect other people to help others when they're down. And you guys have heard me talk a lot about this.
Look, if you don't help other people when they're down, and by that meaning down the conduit delete LawZ, then how can Chili help himself by skimming nickels off dollars? That's low rent, nickels off dollars, you cheesy little fuck. You don't give a shit about anyone else. You only care about yourself. You get involved in other people's business only when it has potential to make you money. You're not empathetic. You're pathetic.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau. So one of the fundamental teachings of Jean-Jacques Rousseau in the social contract is the polar opposite of Thomas Hobbes' social contract. Now, Thomas Hobbes believed that the nature of man, the man...
What? Your social contract guys have 180 degree, 90 degree different opinions? What? They're on opposite ends of the spectrum? And so does that help your grift? Sure, it helps your grift, because you can pick either one when it fits what you want it to say, and you don't have to lock yourself down to anything. At this point in time, I'm done with this fucking moronic boob, and I'm going to leave you out with exactly what Chili DeCastro is about. This fucking knucklehead. Holy shit, dude. Chili, I think it's time to put an end to your bullshit. I might not even be involved with it. I might, I might take care of the back office shit and, not get any publicity off it. But I'll get to check around and see if people mind if I break the fucking toy. Because you need to go to jail, dude. It's time for you to get locked up, Chili DeCastro. It's time for you to get locked up. If you want, I'll bring you by Right On's place before we go to Oregon, Ohio, and I'll get a slice of pie, and he can look at you locked up in the fucking car. He can see the end result of his idol's bullshit. And with that, I give you this, my money.
School money.
Later, kids. Thanks for coming around. CodedFriend.001. We appreciate you all. Love you much. Have a good night.